Incredible! Hello and welcome to the UnRemarkables. I am so excited. This has been such a long time coming, and it is going to be so good. A couple things before we get started. This game is gonna tend towards a few more adult themes. If you've watched our Monster Heart stream, it's not gonna go nearly that far. We are playing flawed high schoolers in a flawed world, so there could eventually be scenes or plot lines that can hit a little close to home. If you need to step away and take a break, take care of yourself, no problem. We are going to introduce our wonderful, amazing cast here in just a second. I am Robbie Rolling. I'll be the GM for this evening, but that's not that important. What's important is we have our wonderful players. So, as is tradition, we're going to roll randomly to see who we're going to start with. All right, just nice and simple. So we're going to start with one. So I'm going to say that's going to be Umbra, played by Ruby Hart. Please tell us about yourself, maybe a little bit about your character.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. How's it going? My name is Ruby Hart, or Narissa. People can call me either one. I am a actor, a streamer, and a speedrunner, primarily of Shadow of the Colossus, and a huge fan of gaming of many kinds. I am so pumped to be here. I have played tabletop games with Robbie and Bees before, and they're delights. And after speaking with Dare and JB and Adelaide, I'm so excited to play with them as well. And my character is named Umbra. So in the Masks playbooks, she is what's called a harbinger, or they. Their gender is extremely fluid, basically because their power is that they can fade in and out of shadows to teleport to different places. And much like Doctor Who, every time the Doctor, regenerates, every time that they fade in and out of a portal, something about them changes completely randomly. We don't know what. Eye color, hair color, body type, gender. It could be literally anything. So very fun character. I'm really excited to be playing them. So basically high schooler from another time, fades in and out of shadows.
Just the worst, most difficult person to get a school ID photo for. We love it. All right, and now we're gonna continue in a counterclockwise motion. So we're gonna now say hi to Envy Dare playing Legionnaire. Oh, that's such a nice rhyme.
Hi everyone. I'm Dare. They, he, she pronouns. Mix them all up, please. I'm going to be playing our ever lovely Legionnaire. She, her, a disaster trans girl who is the legacy. I write and do things online, so just check me out at NB Dare in most places. And just call me Dare, most folks. I trust y'all.
Amazing. And who are you playing today?
The ever lovely Leah Lilac, Legionnaire. I love alliteration. She is a disaster. She's gonna be pretty cool. She's gonna have a decent amount of armor, I hope, and hopefully she can either live up to her expectations or be her own hero in her own right. We'll see. Who knows?
Who knows indeed. Next up, we're going to keep going. And Big Bees playing Seismic, please tell us about yourself when you're not muted.
I have so many mute buttons that I didn't know which one to press, so then I pressed the wrong one, and I had to press the others to unmute the mutant. Yeah, it's cool. Hi, what's up? Seismic here. I mean, Big B's here. I don't know who I am anymore. I'll be playing Seismic. Because of Dare, I was peer pressured into alliteration as well. So my character's name is Ethan Edwards. And yeah, he is the saddest of boys trying to be the happiest of gents, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Splendid.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
and
I'll go alliteration. I'm Jamie Jaquine, so did we all go alliteration here?
Most of us did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know the genre we're playing in, okay? And last but never least, JB, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, everybody. I'm JB, better known as Drop the Die on Twitter and everywhere else on the internet. Some of you may know me from past productions and all that good stuff, but I'm excited to be here playing a teen upstart in the superhero genre. And to keep up the alliteration, my name is Sam. It doesn't have a last name, so it's just Sam. I didn't alliterate. Look, I got to be the odd man out. These are all like cute teens who are into romance and doing all this stuff, and I'm a 7-foot monstrosity of biological metal and technology. And my character's name is Gigaflop. Gigaflop is 7 foot tall, made of metal with an impenetrable shell and control over technology that is only starting to bud up at the moment. Plugged into the internet pretty much at all times. Sam's finding it kind of difficult to remember exactly who they are and where they came from amid this constant din of noise. So it should be interesting to be the odd man out in this group. It'll be fun.
Terrific. Cannot wait. So we are, first of all, the wonderful Adelaide, Adelaide is unable to join us for tonight because life is cruel, a cruel mistress, but we wish her the best and we'll be excited to have her back next week for the next episode. But for now, let's see here. If you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. It's so good to have you. I hope you have a great time. But we do have audience redemptions we'll have some more as the game progresses, but for now you can give plus or minus forwards to people you like or maybe don't like, and you can also add to the team pool to help the team hopefully cooperate a little better. Or be selfish with it, who knows? So with that, out of the way, let's start with the UnRemarkables. So the first panel of our story is going to be on a burning building with a caption "Somewhere in America." We see inside the building a firefighter sweating, nervous, and a little technical readout on the inside of their visor listing most likely survivors, downstairs tenants, pushing through the burning building, it collapsing bits of architecture coming down around them. We eventually see a couple survivors. A young couple, looks like this is probably their first place that they're renting here, the bottom of this building, and the firefighter is relieved and then immediately not so much, as there is a giant pile of concrete and rebar blocking the way between this individual and these two survivors. We see them stand in front of the rubble, contemplating, thinking. We see inside the visor and see them sweat and their hands shake a little, and then they grit their face with determination and they begin moving the rubble and rebar like it's nothing but styrofoam, flinging pieces out of the way until the couple is free to move around them and flee the building. But they don't look at this individual with happy or grateful eyes. They look terrified. Oh, and thank you. Already starting off the redemptions. We love to see it. Thank you all so much. But they look terrified. We cut forward in time as this firefighter finally leaves the building, having done everything he can, and with the ambulance and police, so with the ambulance and fire trucks, we see a couple police cars, squad cars, and the firefighter is approached by officers in riot gear and handcuffed. And with that, the scene shifts away. We see a bustling metropolis, a massive modern plus. So, you know, what we thought 2020 was going to look like decades ago, you know, these massive buildings with, floating vehicles to a degree, massive sky bridges and drones flying all about. And we see the title bar of Sanctum City, a complete island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where the majority of our story is going to take place here. We see also a site that the people of the setting know is only something you could see in Sanctum City. People using their powers to move about and jump around. So we see someone blitz down a speed faster than the speed of light. We see someone jumping between buildings, and not only is it seem normal, but completely cool, no problem. Everyone seems really almost nonplussed about it. And so we're going to cut now to a brief flashback. The team of 5 are all sitting in a small classroom. The lights are darkened and down, and standing in front of them is a thin, wiry individual, very pale, and kind of basically looks like a default character NPC in a large Bethesda game. Not really remarkable in a lot of ways, and they are in the middle of speaking. Anyway, yes, I am Principal Ramba. It is my pleasure to greet you all here to our high school. As is not extremely public knowledge, we, of course, do welcome both super and non-super empowered individuals onto the campus with no questions asked. However, we also recognize that the world outside Sanctum City, for many reasons in the history since these powers have come about, is not as welcoming or understanding at all. To prepare you for the rigors of living with these abilities or living outside of Sanctum City, if you do have things that tie you to the outside world, we have a very unique program. Now, you 5 are a study group, shall we say. You are welcome to be as close or as distant from each other as you like. However, a lot of individuals through this program tend to enjoy to get to know each other and help each other through the trials that are sure to come through high school. These 5 individuals, you are all super empowered. It's very clear with some of you and less clear for some. However,
no way. And she's staring at Sam. Gigaflop, this huge 7-foot being, goes, really?
Indeed, yes. In fact, this will be an interesting setting for, and looks at Gigaflop and then looks a little bit at Fantasia, who is fully blue, but doesn't for that long. That being said, you will not learn from the faculty who, if anyone else, is super empowered. The non-empowered students here on campus have a additional way of gaining some extra credit through this program. If for any reason they discover your powers, certain students notwithstanding, with looking at Sam, they report it to myself or other faculty, they will be given a minor reward and you will have some kind of punishment, usually a detention or public service. As unfortunately as it is in the outside world, informing people who you cannot 100% trust of your powers and of your identity, yes.
When you say something like public service, is it adjusted to everyone's power level or not? Because, like, I don't want to imply anything, but, like, picking up trash for me is nothing. I'm just curious. I plan on listening, of course.
Well, the monotony of it will correspond to how much you ignored the advice as far as this system works.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, just for clarification. So the point of this is to allow us to become closer, or is it to make sure that we can just stealth our identities for when we're in the outside world?
Those are both, we found, huge benefits to the program. I know it might not sound fun or make entire sense. However, unfortunately, this is a skill that is valuable if you end up leaving the city. And indeed, if you become widely known or make certain enemies or anything like that, it is also a skill that is worth having. So you are welcome if you wish to opt out of the program. You can come and see me in my office, but I would highly recommend not doing so. So that is our unique situation here. Do you have any more questions? I already fielded a few. Well, terrific. I'm going to depart and let you all get to know each other a little better. And I hope that the first day of school tomorrow goes wonderfully for all of you. And we are going to then shift to a new scene 3 days after school. Briefly, we get a full art splash of the first day of school, and we see a massive battle scene in the middle of the streets of Sanctum City with all 5 of our team members doing something. Just like a full like pitch battle in the middle of the street, like rubble building, like one building is like collapsing. There's like giant weapon marks and like massive punches and landing marks in the ground. And then we cut to 3 days after school. So each of you have arrived at school from your various homes and such. It's been 2 days since you all had that massive fight in the middle of the streets, and it's time hopefully for a little more of a chill day. So who here thinks that they would be first to school? All right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna
Okay.
say, if not these, probably me.
Great. So, Seismic,
Yeah.
or should I say Ethan Edwards, can you describe who we see walking up to school and how you got here?
Because I don't think I have the choice. I don't think me and Gigaflop are allowed to sleep. So walking up to the school with a nice, his spiffy little hand-me-down backpack. Everyone sees a young man, 16 years old. He's a little taller than you would assume a 16-year-old. Brown skin, brown hair, and short dreads. He's got green eyes that at first glance they look very happy, but if you spend any time at all looking into them, then you can definitely see that there is a deeper kind of sadness behind them. And he's about, he's lean and little moderately muscular around the arms.
Awesome. As you're walking around, are you like trying to keep it to yourself? Like, how do you hold yourself as you're walking around? Like, are you trying to like avoid any attention or just trying to push through?
He's pretty shy right now. He doesn't want to like make doesn't want to make eye contact with too many people. He's mad that somebody didn't walk with him to school today, especially since it's the first day and they both left at the same time. So I don't know what the hell took this giant mammoth of a person so long to get to school, but it's cool. It's all right. He's just gonna walk here by himself. It's not a lot of stress on him. It's fine. It's fine completely.
Yeah. And that internal monologue is very rudely interrupted as an individual in a Letterman jacket with a big V for their last name on there tall, blonde, green eyes, and the like as tan as they can get, which is just still white skin. Just kind of like, hey, My Chemical Romance, are you coming to the tryouts later today?
He's not looking up to see if just so happens that's who he's the one being referred to.
It's very clear. There's no one else here. You're the first to school. There's no one else it could have been.
He's still gonna like look up and then look around like, sweet God, please let someone else be here. Nope.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
This is a social interaction. Hey man, I'm just giving you a hard time. Kind of like gives you the bro pat on the shoulder that kind of like shakes you a little bit. Hey, it's Vincent. Well, how's it going?
Nice to meet you. I'm Ethan.
Hey, all right. I just noticed you've got a bit of muscle showing underneath the baggy jeans. You wanna go try out for one of the teams? I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of a big deal on the football team, so I'm just saying.
I'm actually not that great at sports, but I mean I could try out, sure.
Great.
I mean,
can you take a hit?
When he says he just kind of looks at Vince and then looks away real quick, like kind of.
Okay, well then you kind of might be a good fit for the defense. I mean, we'll have to see. Who knows? All right. Well, sounds good. And we'll kind of pull out just like a little slip with like 4 o'clock after school in the gymnasium tryouts.
Cool, thanks. And he's gonna take it the whole time, like looking around, like, where the hell is Sam? Where are you? I'm gonna kill you.
And I don't know how new you are, or if this is just how your vibe is always, but like people aren't like, you're okay. You don't need to be like on guard.
Thanks. I just my last neighborhood was kind of sketchy. So if I look a little like paranoid, that's why. And please don't take it personal. You haven't given me a reason to think you're like sketchy or anything. But yeah, and plus I'm looking for my friend. I don't know where he is, and he was supposed to come with me to school, and I don't know how the hell. He's a tall guy and he got lost. I don't know if he got lost. I think he just bailed on me. But to be fair, I just don't know why, and I'm just so confused. And that's also why I'm looking around. So yeah, don't take it personal. Nice meeting you though.
You need to. Did you breathe during that? I'm worried almost. Like, I just need to make sure. Did you? Okay, like breathe in now. That's important. That was, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, welcome. It's gonna be fine. And if you're in the need of emotional support, walking through the hallways, I guess, give me a ring.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
You're super nice.
Sure, kid. Yeah. All right. That's and scene.
Just staring at him like,
cool. Just like starts just walking away. Seeing this individual walking away from Ethan. Nerissa, can you describe your character and how they get there?
Yeah, so they I think that they walk basically to school and are wearing sneakers at the moment, just like super basic like paint pants, it looks like. So there's just splatters all over it, as well as like a tank top and a jacket. their hair is up in a bun at the moment, and right now it is like a stark white. And then one of the eyes is brown, one of the eyes is blue. It's almost like their body doesn't quite know what it's doing with itself right now. And they're reading a book that clearly has a label on it. So it's a library book. And as they come up to the doors, they have a just little baggie and immediately walk up, try to open it, and it's like too early. Like the doors aren't even open at the moment. So they just stop and then immediately turn around, drop the backpack, sit down and keep reading their book and start pulling out powdered donuts.
Amazing.
Yep.
And probably when you sit down, you also see Ethan awkwardly standing alone.
Oh, hey. Ethan.
Yeah. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
How do you know my name?
Y'all met that the first
We're
scene
part
we did?
of it.
I know the first scene. He wasn't paying
Okay.
attention.
Oh,
Like, the
great.
whole
Wow,
time,
you're-
he was, like messing with stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. How
So
do you know?
rewind.
Yeah.
We're part of a group? Study group?
Oh, that thing. Oh yeah. I'm
study
sorry.
group.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I was there, but I wasn't like really there. Sorry.
No, you seem to be very focused on your hands. They were shaking a lot. Like, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that.
Okay, cool.
Are you keeping your breathing steady? That helps.
You're the
like,
second
not-
person to tell me that.
Well, okay, so other people say keep your breath steady and you'll be fine, just as a way to keep you from hyperventilating. But if your muscles stay as tense as they are, and they just point to like your shoulders completely tense
Just
up,
drops them down, but in like an extremely tense way. Just
the more that your shoulders stay tense like that, and the more you forget to control your breathing, the worse it's gonna get. So just take a breath. And I mean that literally. Try and relax the muscles. Hell, go to I would recommend, if you know someone who gives massages, try and do that at some point. It might help.
Shakeen, I'm going to ask you to roll to comfort or support someone. So that's going to be plus your mundane.
first roll of the game.
First roll!
Hey!
You
First
get a plus
roll of
one.
the game.
And you get a
Woo!
plus one forward from the wonderful audience.
Yes! Okay, so, that's okay, so mundane is a -1 and with +1, that makes it a 10, so that's a fail.
Okay.
Oh
so-
no, I was gonna help this with giving a powdered donut. Oh no.
Okay, so that's just a hey, you mark potential.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know, as you are saying all of this, I think that as you're saying all this, Ethan, in the corner of your eye, and probably less so as you notice, Vincent is like staring at the two of you talking in a way you're not 100% comfortable with.
So yeah, and that's why I decided that I want to take as many elective classes as possible, because I like to be a jack of all trades and do as much as
Dude,
possible.
Chill. Want a donut?
It's
And I'm offering you a donut.
Okay. And he like shakily puts his hand out and grabs it and thanks. And he
So
goes to
I'm just picturing the super tall upperclassman, like 18-year-old with this 16-year-old just
yeah.
yeah.
You see him as he puts the donut to his mouth. He's still like looking back over at Vince, and his hands shaking more and more and more. And then he goes to take a bite, and you see the donut just dissipate. And he's like,
Okay, let's check and see if we can go.
delicious.
And I'm gonna check the door. Is it unlocked yet? Or is it still too early?
It is finally unlocked. As you see the very tired, like huge bags under their eyes, janitor like unlock the front door, kind of looking at the three of you, kind of like, okay, sure, I guess. As far as like these high school students being here so early, and then moves on. At this point, who would be next to show up, do we think?
I'm good to go.
Okay.
So I'm imagining that Vincent grabs his bag and starts to come. And he's like looking inside his phone. He comes inside and boom! He bumps into this wall of like white and green. There's this buzzing technical sound. And he kind of looks up at 7.5 feet, kind of staring down at him, is Gigaflop. This massive, hulking, bucket-headed creature with these emoticon eyes that have these little dots above them. And when Vincent kind of looks up, the eyes switch over to embarrassment and then switch back to placativeness.
Do you go here?
Gigaflop's holding the door with his hand very delicately, trying not to break anything. And he nods.
Cool. I didn't know the Android logo had a kid. Nice to meet you.
Gigaflop nods again and extends the wrong hand and then swap hands on the door to shake with the correct hand. But it's like, just tiny.
Yeah, with
Grab
just
the
like
arm.
very confused and delicately, and just kind of like.
It feels a lot like shaking hands with a mouse pad.
That's okay. That was something. Cool. I think it'll be hard not to see you around. Cool. Yeah. And just completely bewildered will kind of make his way. Like no longer even look at the phone, just like trying to think about whatever was going on there.
The eyes go and swap to like gleeful embarrassment. And Gigaflop says, I talked to a high schooler. And he ducks in to the doorway. He sees Seismic in the hallway and comes up. He waves.
So, Ethan's just gonna run up and just start punching. I told you, why did you leave me? Why you left at the same time? I don't know why you left me.
Eyes to like mysterious little slits. But then there's that side panel where it's like obviously 10 minutes before he could not get a backpack on. The straps were all the way out, and he had one arm
like
in,
6 panels.
and he's just spinning, trying to get the other arm into it, but he's too embarrassed to ask. But he finally has the backpack on, and it's not coming off the rest of the day. But it's on there now. This little, he just nods.
He's sitting there and he's giving those little like squint eyes, and Ethan squints back and he's like, you better not have been doing crime stuff. Like thwarting it, not like doing crime, but like the fighting of it and stuff without letting me know.
I wasn't doing any crime stuff. I was just late for school. I don't know.
You should have
I'm really
said something.
nervous.
Could have been late to get. How do you think I feel? God,
I'm
you.
probably nervous too.
Yes. Jeez.
Okay.
Ugh.
Well, we're in the same place. Why are you more mad?
I don't know anymore. I'm full of emotions.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Where's your locker?
So as soon as Ethan ran off directly towards Gigaflop, and I see the two of them going, I'm like, they're immediately giving it away, aren't they? They're immediately giving it away. Think about talking to them, think better of it, and just, I'm gonna start heading towards the gym locker room so I can like take care of some stuff. And on the way, I just give a quick tap to Gigaflop and go, and then keep ring.
Gigaflop does that thing where he has his hand behind his head suddenly, and he's a chibi version of himself popping out of the corner of the panel. Ha ha ha! I sure hope you meet more people with superpowers than me this year, Ethan. Ha ha! It will be great now that we're in high school. Ha ha! 108.
Incredible.
I point at my locker.
Incredible. And to witness this chibi version, please, Envy, describe who walks in to see this master of deception.
I have an important question.
Please.
About how close is it to school starting?
These fools probably showed up pretty early. I would
ain't doing
say,
that.
yeah. So I would say we're probably time skipping just a little bit ahead to how close are we cutting it? Would you say?
All right. Have you ever met someone who really tries to cut corners in the worst way? Yeah, no. If you ever met someone who overworks to underachieve, that's the energy. I think what you see is her waking up. I'll be nice enough and say 13 minutes until time for class. You hear the alarm. You see in what would I think be 6 panels of like article of clothing grabbed per panel, jumping essentially into her Doc Martens. And you see a girl who's essentially dressed like this. Her clothes are definitely not ironed. They look a little rough. She grabs a big old like hoodie, and just like grabs not really a lunch, but just sort of throws like 3 or 4 things in a plastic bag, wraps it up, and like just shoves it in her backpack. And this is all in like one fluid motion. I think the beauty of having super speed is absolutely brushes her teeth, throws the toothbrush in the air, and does like 2 other chores while preparing, and then sort of jumps out of like runs down to just yell head into school, and then just sort of jumps out of like the window, and like has done this enough times that she has had it down to the minute to how soon she can get there.
Amazing. All right. And can you just sorry, you described wonderful. So while that after that panel, we're gonna cut over to Jaquine here. So on your way to the locker room, you see there's a couple of people on the way. They don't really pay you much mind. But as you go, first of all, which locker room is Jaquine feeling today?
I think Jamie just stares initially at the gender neutral, but there's a shower in there, and then awkwardly stares at the men's and women's, and stops, looks down, literally like waits to make sure no one's there, and pulls out the shirt and then goes, okay, and then goes this time in the women's.
No problem. Also, I just realized I've been calling you by your last name, which is like a weird power move, but
I mean,
not intentional.
You can call them
Channel your
Jaquine.
inner
That's
principal.
Jaquine. No.
Jaquine. Yeah,
Good.
Jamie, Jaquine, do whatever floats your boat. Listen, their name that we call them can change as much as their gender does on a daily basis, so like it's fine.
Amazing. So, what do we see Jimmy do in the locker room here?
So Jamie goes in, and basically every day they get there earlier than other people. From the bottom of their backpack, they actually pull out a like rolled up towel and take a shower, get ready, brush out their hair, and quickly throw on some makeup before, and basically they're getting dressed for the day. And the way that Jamie is right now, when they look in the mirror, they're like 6'3", like beautiful complexion, and they just stop and go, "It's the best role I've had in a while. That won't last." And then washes their face and goes out into the hallway.
Amazing. As you finish kind of your morning routine, I would love for you to assess the situation for me.
Oh, okay. I
as,
can certainly do that.
Yeah. Hey, with a +1 forward from the wonderful audience.
Amazing. Oh, okay. That is and you said this is assess the situation.
It sure is.
That would be plus superior. And my superior is currently at a +1. So that's a 13.
Amazing. So you can ask me 2 questions about what's going on in this locker room.
Ooh, okay. Let me look at the list of questions. Stand by. Oh God. What?
I know this is not normally how assess the situation works.
No,
I am aware.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I would say I think they're usually pretty on edge and like keeping an eye out for things around them. So I would say, what's the biggest threat?
So as you are done, I mean, you've done this already 3 times because it's 3rd day of school. And so you've kind of gotten a little used to the space, but there's like an extra kind of, it's not like a ticking or like a bomb sound, but it's like a little mechanical whir kind of up in, hard to tell, like maybe one of the vents or maybe like one of the storage cabinets up above that you don't recognize being there before.
Huh. Okay.
You could probably find it, it would just take a little bit.
Can I try and find it and then ask the other question?
Yeah, so
actually, you know what? Let's do the other question. What here can I use to access the thing making that sound?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually can realize that these storage cabinets, most of them haven't been opened all summer, so you can actually just kind of look at which ones are still dusty and such, and if there's one that's not, then probably that one's been opened and messed with.
So they start going through the lockers. Like at first, I think just listening for the sound, and once they get close enough, then opening a few lockers to see where it's coming from.
Great. Yeah, you start opening the like storage stuff in this locker room, and eventually you see one of them where the kind of like bit of dust that the janitors are supposed to have cleaned off, but like these were storage cabinets that were sitting here during the summer, and they're reasonable people, and they have clear marks of someone like pulling, like kind of having to like push on one and pull the other one open, like as if it was kind of stuck.
Got it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be opening the one that has the clear dust print on it.
Yeah, makes sense. So as you do, there's a little blue flashing light, like a small, not even LED, but like almost like a Christmas light level of light, and it just looks like it would be much more sleek and elegant if there was some kind of cover, but right now it's kind of like loose pieces of technology all wired and connected together, with a small vial of kind of very kind of deep blue liquid.
Interesting. So I have a thought, Robbie.
Please. I love your thoughts.
I'm wondering if I can assess the situation one more time, because I would like to try and use my 21st century studies ability.
Mhm.
So basically, since Jamie is from the slight future and alternate
Yeah.
time, basically, you'll all find out how that plays into the story at a later time. This is foreshadowing. But when you assess a situation, you can always ask, what does the future know about this moment? I'm wondering if this vial in this kind of makeup is something that I've seen a more advanced version of, or I can
Mhm.
guess what the functionality of this might try.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So it says you can always ask it, right?
Yeah, it
Is that
says when you oh yeah, I can always ask. So
great? So let's just do that as part
yeah,
of the successful roll that you
amazing.
already did,
Yeah,
because you did
then
it.
yes, I would love to ask that question then.
Great. Yes. Let's see here. The future recognizes that this is, so it was, you remember that it was a very brief thing, but there was like a huge kind of like freak out, like a scare, briefly, that there was some kind of like poison or toxin that made people's powers go haywire, but people kind of debunked that, and it turned out to be just kind of like one particular super that was doing that. But like, you do remember that they had some kind of like thing that they had, and you think you're like, this kind of blue stuff kind of fits that. It's just all, that's what kind of pops in your head. It was like a Y2K guy. Like, it wasn't really that big a thing, but everyone freaked out because of the potential.
Okay, so the single thing would cause people's powers to go haywire, but it wasn't as big scale as people thought.
Yeah, but it was, one person, if they put a lot of effort in, could do it, and so they were able to like mess with two people's powers in a couple months, and that was it. And then they got caught, right? Like, it was not a big deal.
Do I know who potentially uses the, like, does it have a name on the locker or anything like that? Or
So
is this like
this isn't even a
janitorial
locker. This is like this is among like spare uniforms and a couple kickballs, right? This is like storage for the like gym.
Did anyone die in the accidents with the powers going haywire?
No, I don't think so. They weren't that big.
There's a reason I'm asking the question. Don't give me those faces.
No, they weren't that, again, it was not that really that big a scale. I don't think so.
Okay, then I think that Jamie is just gonna like keep this in mind, but I don't think stealing from someone's locker day one of school is going to be a good idea, and that may actually just try and do this on a bigger scale, which could make things way worse. So for now, they're not going to mess with the timeline. They're just going to close the locker again.
No worries. Also, speaking of timeline, we are on day 3, because remember, day 1 is that first thing that we had, and now we're on day 3 as a flash forward.
Yes.
But yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. So I'm gonna just say, because plot is nice, y'all share a first period. Also, you know what? That's an intentional thing. I'm gonna say as well.
And can I establish one thing as canon?
Please.
The moment they see seat assignments and Jamie sees that Leia Lilac is the person assigned to sit next to them, they very casually, like it's second nature, pull out the seat just a little bit.
Amazing. So we cut to that immediately, of you just like not even thinking about, just pulling Liz seat out, and Ethan and Gigaflop are not too far away either, as people start filtering into first period.
Look, Sam, look, okay, stay with me now. All right, so this is what I got. You ready? Golden Sun. You, me, knocking this bad boy out this weekend. What's up?
Yeah, we can do that.
And you can't use
Sounds
any of your
great.
tricks either. I remember
Oh
last
man,
time.
why do you always say that? It only happens
Because I
once.
know you. It's no fun if you just automatically do it all. That's the point of us sitting down. We got to beat it using, not powers.
I guess we have to beat it using fragile human fingers, or it doesn't count because I
Yeah.
downloaded it. I say with my massive inoperable fingers that I couldn't integrate with a computer with.
Yeah, exactly. You got the little. Can't you do the little temporary hand things that come out or I don't know. You did something before. Something came out and started hitting buttons.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, look,
You
our
promised-
chairs.
You promised me we wouldn't talk about that again. I take my seat on one of the pillows for the gigantic students. Just take a pillow so the desk is up to my chest.
Yes.
Backpack is still a little dot
Okay.
on my back.
I have a question. Is my desk close to Sam?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that's what you would have chosen. So yeah.
Because if it wasn't, I was gonna have to get into some shenaniganizing. But yeah, no, it's cool. All right.
Now your first period teacher doesn't have assigned seatings because they're not a monster.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Point of order. You are probably not surprised by it, Ethan, but others may be, and that Sam is trying to create a voice throughout the day. So he's going between in his head he sounds like this 15-year-old kid who's still having those crackles of puberty, but he's trying to dial it in depending on who he's talking to so it doesn't sound so bad. So he's waffling all the time between the different voices, but he's trying to settle it down as he's calming down and getting into this new seating setting.
Amazing.
Yeah, Ethan doesn't even notice it anymore.
I'm just picturing the seating arrangement being you two in the middle-ish of the classroom and Jamie taking the seat behind you and then pulling out the seat behind Gigaflop. Just
Why would you sit behind?
seating arrangement.
Oh, what's that? You have to sit behind him? Or sign them?
I mean, if you want, I figured the punk would want to sit in the back row. If you want to be in the front row, we can switch
Oh
it.
no, the back row's where the back row's where I want to be. But also, I have to. It's fine. It's fine.
Not that big.
I can hunch if you need me to hunch. Just
No.
let me know.
No, you're fine.
Just
you're
let
fine.
me know if you need me to hunch.
You should
Citizen
be fine.
whom I am just now meeting.
This is the third day of school. Also, it's fine. I'm gonna be sleeping most of the time anyway.
Even better, he can block you.
Stand up
That's
taller.
fine. Oh, I can
hunch.
speed sleep. It's fine. Anyway, why do you always pull out my chair? By the way.
Yeah. Is it a southern thing?
It's
No.
called cotillion, Sam
Oh.
says.
Look, I've had other friends who like to cut it pretty close getting to class. I figured that pulling out your chair would be doing you a favor.
I mean, fair. Thank you. It's just
Yeah.
weird vibes. Not. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's
We're
just
part of a
it's
study group. I could stop.
I don't want to make you if this is something you need. No judgment, but it's fine. I promise. I trust me. If I'm ever actually late, it's fine. I'll be late 2 minutes. All you have to do is
but
sound a little
how
off.
many times have you tripped on chairs by getting into them too quickly though? If they weren't pulled out. I'm gonna guess it's at least a dozen by this point.
See, the beautiful part is I have enough time to react and say a fun joke on the way down, and that normally eases the tension on that, so it's fine.
I figured a broken nose wouldn't be the thing you want though.
Oh, do you think that can break my nose?
It sure
I'm built
could.
a little different.
Normal, average human noses only
Oh,
take 8.4 pounds of pressure to break. Haha, be careful,
Yeah.
haha.
We were watching a show about that, and that was like, it was insane.
Yeah, no, but I'm just stronger than people. This is a bit she's been doing for years. This is not like her revealing powers. She's just an Aquarius, so she has a god complex. I say this as an Aquarius, I promise.
You only speak from experience.
Yes. Dizzying highs and terrifying lows. That is our way.
Incredible.
And really quickly, Jamie just has like the last little bit of the powdered donuts on the corner of the desk while they read their book, and it's rolled down, so if anyone wants it, it's just like there on the desk.
Does anyone have like breakfast though? Didn't really eat before I left.
Oh,
Oh, hey, got you. And slips over the powdered donuts.
as they pass by, he just looks at him like, oh.
Yeah, she just like gives you like the quietest like thumbs up, like, all right, so bringing food, great. Pulling out the chair, take it or leave it. And yeah, she wolfs that down. I've been awake for all of 15 minutes, I'll be honest.
Briefly, two of you get two different text messages. So, Leah, your father texts you saying, you left before we could say, but we want to talk to you tonight.
I do that thing where I pull it down the notification bar, so I know they said it, but I'm not going to look at it, so I don't need them to know that.
Yeah.
No read receipts here.
And then, Sam, you just in your consciousness receive a message from Dr. Jelkin saying, can you come see me after school today?
I reply instantaneously and with way too much verbiage. Like, it's very long. It breaks up into 5 or 6 texts. I can't control it.
You get a message back, TLDR, see you then.
Okay, sorry about that. Haha, look at this funny video I found. It's a turtle on its back and a monkey helping it up. Oh my god.
You get a laughing reaction, and that's all.
Point of order, actually, when people filter into the classroom, you notice like the little neon lights that run through Gigaflop's body. As more and more phones come into close proximity, those lights go faster momentarily as he like connects to all of them. He doesn't pry or snoop, it just kind of happens. He's attached to the Wi-Fi in a sense.
So sitting on the opposite side of you from Ethan, you're the person who sits next to you. I don't feel like Sam would have gone out of their way to introduce themselves, or unless you want to correct me on that.
I was just going to say, I can only imagine everyone knows who Sam is at this
point.
point.
For sure. But like, you haven't initiated a conversation with them.
Oh, no, probably not. Just snooped on their Twitter, their Facebook, Instagram,
yeah,
LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you get like a profile on them. So they are 5 foot nothing, with like they've dyed their hair like seafoam green and has like one of those like big wool lined jackets with 30 pins on it. And you've never seen them, even on like every social media post with a picture on them. They've never not had a notebook on their person, usually with them writing in it. As one of your classmates sits down and kind of like, hi.
Just a little head peeks around the massive body. Hey.
Hi as well. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Virginia.
Hi, this is Sam. I'm Ethan, and
cool.
2 V's in
okay?
one day. What are the odds?
Yeah.
Gigaflop
Oh,
calculates.
hi.
841,001. Interesting.
Is that did I do something? Sorry.
No, of course not. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't worry about that. Ignore me. I'm weird. The eyes change.
Cool.
Do you need any of the stuff we've seen the past 3 days? I went ahead and emailed it to you. Huh?
What? Oh, that's a very extensive email. Thank you.
An
Don't
extensive
find
email.
those two, by the way. It seems like they have a real like buddy cop energy going on.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say more like, I don't know. I'm getting almost more like a Adam Sandler movie. No offense.
I didn't want to say it. It feels a little mean, right?
Yeah. Again, no offense. Like in a good way, ish.
I'm gonna tell you, saying no offense only makes it feel worse.
That's
it's not
fair.
a good move.
That's fair.
Over the course of that bit of the conversation, Gigaflop has lost all color and is now like monochromatic and shrinking in the background. Adam Sandler. He just keeps saying it over and over again as he gets smaller. Adam Sandler.
He's just patting him on the back. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. There's a couple good movies.
Yeah, you tell yourself that. Cool. Well, I one of my pens dropped, and I don't know if it's still gonna be usable because you did kind of step on it. But I wanted to see if you could just kind of maybe lift your foot up a bit so I can see.
He gets up. He says, "I'm actually remarkably soft."
Oh, cool. I guess.
Just to give warm hugs. Oh, I'm not muted. I'm sorry.
Yes! The first of many. I'm so excited for these. Narissa has big reactions, and sometimes they're not muted. So it's buckle up, everyone.
My best. I'm sorry. I love this game. This
great.
is amazing.
Also, I'm going to say Gigaflop, you do so. The further information, I mean, you have, a lot of personal information on Virgin because, internet and social media. Some key things like we have like a profile come up and it has like age, height, weight. She's a sophomore. She, they, and you see like lives with father. Likes writing, has submitted to multiple writing contests, has never won them, is totally okay with it, is totally not.
I mean, it should stand to reason this is the first unfamiliar girl to speak to Sam, so obviously he's going to fall in love immediately. And irreparably do damage to himself from it, probably. So he'll just go ahead and push some of those submissions through to the final acceptance stage.
Great. Okay. Yeah, Kate, I think this is a great time for you to roll to unleash your powers here. You do a +1, of course.
I'm just checking to see if I have any other fancy things to add on to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. But yeah, this will just be with a +1. I've never used this dice roller before. What am I doing with it?
Just click on the D6 twice and it'll add it to your pool,
Gotcha.
and you just hit roll.
Oh, that's an 8.
An
I
8.
have a +3 freak. Yep.
Very nice. All right. So, and that's with your +1 for it as well, right? Yeah.
So 9.
So, not quite a full success. So, I'm gonna give you some options. So we're gonna pick a list, and you're gonna pick one that's not true. So they will be pushed all the way to the final round. People who run the contest will not notice this abnormality, and she will not notice this abnormality. Which one of these is not true?
she will not notice. It's more
Okay.
fun if she notices something's weird about getting accepted.
You got
And
it.
also mark a condition for that, right?
Believe you do.
On a hit, 7 through 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
That's how it's unstable. So, because you're not, trying to like do a huge thing.
I hide it from them just fine, but I
Yeah.
don't think about hiding it from her.
Yeah. Well, what we see the panel that Sam can't see, which is the wall of notifications that Virginia is going to get when she logs into her email. That is like, your submission has completed this round, completed this round, completed this round. Congratulations on reaching the final round. Like in the same minute of each other. But for now, we're totally fine. We're not going to worry about that.
Sam says to himself, smooth.
Amazing. As the rest of the students kind of file in, Virginia picking up their green gel pen will take their seat, and you see your teacher for first period walk in. They are one of those younger teachers, so they're wearing just kind of like some khakis and like a kind of like button shirt and sweater vest combo, and their hair is cut really short, and the sides of the heads are shaved. This is Mr. Green, and Mr. Green says that you can call him Jacob because he is here to be a benefit and resource for everyone. So Jacob, or Mr. Green, if you will, kind of addresses you all. Hey friends, welcome. Third day of school. How are we all doing? I hope the transition's going well for everyone. Great, yeah. I know we're all excited to get back into Trig, but I wanted to just have a quick chat because I feel like it's important to talk about current events. How does everyone feel about what's been happening with the Rising Tide recently? Brief update. The Rising Tide is an organization of super empowered individuals who are very upset about the fact that, they're not allowed to basically hold any position of power or influence outside of Sanctum City. Yes.
I have a question. Do I have any family who happen to be a part of the Rising Tide?
I mean, just because you asked that question, I feel like the answer has to be yes, right?
Oh, great.
Basically, they would put it as they are simply looking for equity within the global community for super empowered people, but that maybe doesn't quite come across in how they act all the time. And just recently, like last week or so, we'll probably say, there was a big controversy where one of their members who was demonstrating peacefully outside of some embassies was arrested and has not been released from from prison yet.
Do I know literally anything about the Rising Tide? Since I just got here.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. From when you're from, they were no longer a thing. So, no.
So yeah, I have a family member who's in there, LaShawn Lilac, older cousin of mine. Yeah, no, I've heard a thing or two about them. Yeah, no, it's just so I can't imagine. It must be very just. Seems like it's tense on both sides, just like the least committal answer of like, yeah, I've participated once now. I don't have to focus anymore.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, and obviously, I'm sure it's gonna hit everyone a little different here, depending on your situation. But I mean, it's a question of, obviously, there was a lot that treaty was made for a reason, right? Preventing super empowered people from, holding any office or position of political power, or holding a certain amount of financial and corporate power. Yes, another question.
How do you feel about that, teacher?
Whew, that's a big one. I mean, well, in beginning of the 20th century, when these powers just started showing up, obviously people did not go about that well, and we all know how that ended up in a big old war that may have gotten almost a little too far. I think that it's important to make sure that it doesn't switch to all of a sudden only super empowered people have positions of power and are lording over the non-empowered. But I think
While
that,
he's doing all this,
yeah.
Ethan is gonna toss a note behind him towards Leia,
Mhm.
and it's gonna say, "Are there any donuts left?"
Oh, please. Looking forward to
Oh my god! And then the agent of chaos comes into the game.
it. Beautiful. So as that note gets passed through, and Mr. Green is like so ready to make these like deep, nuanced political points and change the future as he stimulates and motivates these young minds. The fire alarm bursts off. Or that's not a fire alarm. It's like, just like blaring off. He's like, oh, okay, we know the drill. Hopefully, everyone, we're gonna follow me. We're gonna go to our designated safe zones. And
The
begins.
moment the fire alarm goes off, so Jamie has a little notebook that she's been writing in, closes it, and already has like earplugs at the ready and just puts them into their ears and gets up with the backpack.
Amazing, wonderful. So as you all file out, give up, you're gonna get like a kind of very awkward like tap on the, not shoulder, because no one could reach your shoulder unless they were like 6 foot something in the school probably, but like kind of like someone clearly trying to get your attention.
I turn delicately as to not break things.
Yeah, and you see looks like a first year student just like yourself. Big like those glasses that if you wore them, well, not you, but like another human being wore them, their eyes would just kind of start melting, and a like Star Wars t-shirt and jeans. I'm just self-inserting now. My high school self now, just standing there. It's like, hey, I noticed, am I able to like airdrop things to you on my phone? Because I kind of noticed there's like something going on when I'm in first period.
I see you're a man of culture. Yes, you may.
Yes, yeah, I am. You know.
I have some Wi-Fi connectivity, Gigaflop says.
Well, so are you like a roaming hotspot too?
I can be.
Whoa, that's slick.
It's pretty cool, he says, like rubbing his fingers against his animatronic front.
Yeah. Wait, so okay, how many different tasks can you do at once? Like, could you be playing like 7 video games during class and still taking notes?
As we're filing out, obviously,
Yeah,
and the is happening. I kind of say, well, it's a lot like working with your own memory, how you can stretch it to a different capacity the longer you mess with it. Right now, I'm up to about 40 sextabytes worth of storage.
Whoa. Man, that's so cool.
Talk about splitting your ALR 6 different ways.
Usually I can't pay attention to the real world as easily as I can digital things, though. So imagine it taking up 80% of my CPU if we were
totally.
using that.
Can you like upgrade your RAM or something? Do you know?
I do not know.
That'd be
Not
so
at
cool.
all. We can't get inside this thing at all. I'm jabbing my own body.
Fair. Okay.
Ethan's just gonna stab him with a pencil. He's just,
The pencil shatters.
yeah.
Oh,
Again, just to describe for everyone, in case you ever feel him, Gigaflop really does feel like a mouse pad almost. All the white exposed parts, and he's got these hard plates on his head, and on his arms, on his back, and on the backs of his legs, that are just as hard as diamond. Like nothing can even scratch him, it seems. But his actual skin parts, where you see this translucent electricity kind of running underneath it, is weirdly soft, even though it's hard to cut or pierce.
amazing. And yeah, you see this kid will kind of like, wow, that is so rad. Do you want to join AV club? We're kind of the shit.
I think you know the answer, which is obviously yes.
Tight. Yeah. Cool.
We'll make some cool things.
Yeah. I've been programming something so that it can auto reply to all my emails with like pranks. So I'm super excited to. Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious.
The eyes get real big on his head. Like, wow. Gigaflop obviously knows that's not that big of a deal, but he hears the words of Dr. Jelkin in the back of his head, literally playing over from digital memory. You have to let people be nice. You have to let people make their own way. You can't constantly fix people's problems. Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then I also am pretty close to completing my cybernetic arm to hopefully replace arms that people lost in tragedies or anything. So that's also, I guess, pretty cool.
Is there
Also,
room for one more?
There's two things I have to ask.
Boy.
One, can he come? I point at Ethan.
Is he cool like us?
My roommate.
Yeah.
I say like it's the coolest thing ever.
That's so
Ethan does this, but you see white powder all over his mouth and his fingers because he did snatch the bag with the 2 donuts left, and he's already eaten one, and he's like,
And
Nice.
2, do you want me to call you Buskmaster69, or are you going to give me your actual name?
Oh, you got me there. I mean, on the cyberspace, I'm quite well known by that, of course. But no, you should probably call me by my name. So, what do you go by a name, or I don't? Is that rude? I don't.
Sam.
Oh, that was
Sam.
Oh, wait, can you like voice modulate? Can you like copy people's voices and play them back or something?
Can I like copy people's voices and play them back or something?
Remixes. That's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. But yeah, sorry, I'm Devin.
Hey, Kevin.
Devin.
Devin.
Yeah.
Deleting Kevin.
Oh, goodbye. Cool. And as at this point, you all are brought outside, and Devin has to go with their assigned first period class so they can have their head counted, but kind of like, see you at AV Club. And
See you soon, brother.
haha. And yeah. um, takes his leave. So yeah, you all are standing outside on the main campus lawn, with everyone kind of set in their kind of different first period classes on the lawn. You know, Mr. Green is going to suggest that everyone stays in the group, but if you wanted to go seek someone out and chat with them, he's too cool to say no to something like that. Wouldn't want to ruin his image.
Hey, Mr. Green,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be out here for a bit, is it cool if we just walk the track? And they point to the track that's just like literally right down the hill.
Yeah.
Standing around.
Totally. Keep yourself active. I mean, we're sitting down so much. I asked the principal about doing classes on the track, like walk and talk, but I don't know. I mean, obviously math kind of need a lot of writing space, so there were some kind of debates about that. But yeah. Go right ahead.
Awesome. Hey, Leia, you want to come?
Oh, yeah, perfect. I was actually about to ask. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
We'll be back. And goes to start walking the track. And basically just looks to Leia and goes, so $5 says I can figure out who pulled that alarm at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, probably. We could also probably ask Giga to just like check the CCTV.
Okay, that takes the fun out of it, but
I don't know. I mean, like, we don't look. We can take the bet now, try to figure it out, and then by the end of the day, then we'll see if we're right.
I mean, we can always just have more fun with something that's more interesting that Giga can't immediately look up. So it's all good.
No, I still think. Look, the fun is knowing that there is a correct answer and not choosing it deliberately.
No, this is very true. Now, question. Do you use that policy with everything and looks at the outfit? I mean, it's totally it's my style, but I mean, how do your parents feel about that? Like the whole lilac legacy thing? I've heard about them a lot, so just like in the tabloids and shit.
Yeah, no, great. Wow. Day 3 and already trauma dumping. Cool. Yeah, no, the folks are the folks. Super love everything I've done. And I
Here,
think
while that happens, I want you to roll to pierce the mask, Jamie.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I have a +1. Yes.
Dare has a +1 for their next.
Dare
roll.
has a +1. Got it. Okay, cool. I misheard that.
You're good. Oh, you also have a +1.
Yay! Okay.
The audience here is the best audience everywhere.
You're the best. Pierce the mask. It's roll plus mundane, so that's a -1. But then with the +1, it balances, so that's an 8.
An 8. Okay, so 8 plus. So on a 7 to 9, ask 1. So you can ask 1 question here.
Mm-hmm. How can I get your character to trust me?
I think the answer is don't judge them for whatever. Don't judge her for whatever she's about to say. Because this is. She probably hasn't had many people to actually talk about her parents openly, especially to this aspect of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be healing, ultimately. She just is stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if she doesn't talk about it immediately, like by all means, but that's good information to know.
No, I think she will, only because like I think it felt genuine enough and not mean. Um, so I think she's just like, like, do you mean the punk aesthetic or do you mean like transitioning? Because both of those were really cool. My parents loved them both. Haha.
I mean, I wasn't particularly talking about the transition. I'm sorry that I didn't mean to come off that way. I just meant you seem to, with the way you dress and the way that your parents look on the paper, it's very different styles. And I didn't know if that was something that you were cool with. You have a very, I do what I want and take life by the nads, excuse the phrase, attitude. I was just curious. I mean, we're gonna be in study groups, so may as well like get to know each other, right?
Yeah, I think the second that your reaction is not to panic at like the hard abruptness of that, I think she sort of hits people with that a lot. As just sort of a litmus test. And I think your reaction absolutely is like, no, you're good. So I think she actually softens a bit and it's like, yeah, no, in all honesty, they run a tight ship. They always have. I don't know if I'm naturally rebellious or I just ended up this way, but I don't like being told what to do a lot. So yeah, I decided to, rock the style, and I think it works for me. I think, it's good. I think I look tough and cool in all the right ways. Would you agree?
I definitely agree with that. Honestly, it took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted and where I stood. So the fact that you have it figured out this early, I really respect that.
Sure. Yeah, I super have it figured out.
Well, I mean, we're all bullshitting our way through life. I mean, even adults don't have it figured out most of the time. I just, at least some of the things you want. That's cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm gonna say I think your vibes are immaculate. You got good ones. I appreciate honestly. You help pulling out the chair and stuff. It's not used to having someone who has my back this much without it being some prank. So thank you.
Immaculate.
It's a fun word.
No, it's a great one. I'm glad I made a good first impression, and it like they're laughing about something, but it may not be clear what. And they say, yeah, more than happy to. I think part of this whole teams thing is they're trying to not only train us to like keep a low profile, but we kind of gotta stick together. We don't know who else is on whose side in this school, so may as well have each other's backs, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one thing that folks taught me is I know how to keep. I've been rocking these powers for years. I know how to do that, but it's nice to have a group of friends.
Yeah, I'm new to the area, so it's nice to have people to talk to.
Just know if you need anyone scared, just point in my direction. I don't really have to do anything, but just walk intimidatingly enough, and that normally works.
I mean, depending on the day, I may not look quite as intimidating, but I can do my best. If not, I'll definitely send them your way.
Just sort of like smirks that. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to absolutely do like just a day where we just dress our scariest and just keep people on their toes. Be fun.
I might have to go through your wardrobe sometime. I don't really have that much to choose from.
That's fine. I have look, all I need is a pair of jeans from a thrift shop and a pair of scissors and a dream. That's enough.
All right, let's go thrift shopping then one day. Deal?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, done. And yeah, they basically just pull out a book again while they're walking around the track, and anytime that Leia is like, all right, I'm ready to talk, they immediately close the book, but in like the pauses of conversation, they immediately pull out the book again.
Amazing. And we will cut over to the other two. Are you two just gonna stand around in your first period group? What are you two up to, Ethan and Sam?
Right. So, I really had something that was on my mind. I wonder if, with Wolverine, like the claws coming out and whatnot, like in and out. Do you think like it happens if he sneezes? Like if it's like a really bad one, he just and comes out. What do you think is like the worst accident he's had with those claws?
I mean, he does that thing with his hand where he's like, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you probably know what the worst accident is, right?
Oh, you think?
Probably. I mean,
Okay. I don't even know.
Gigaflop is also keeping an eye out now that everyone's had to filter out of the building. He's keeping an eye out if there are any other obviously super powered people, especially big creepy ones. Because he hasn't looked at the school roster personally, and even if he did, usually they use photos of like placeholders, you know, like this is a normal teen, but then they happen to be made of rocks or whatever.
Right. Yeah, taking a glance around, there actually you don't see anybody who is like massive, big, hulking monster type individual. I'd say you could probably see a few people who are like, you know, kind of like outlandish, like tints and shades, or like one person who their like limbs are like longer and looks like they can probably bend at will than most people that they can't hide, but nobody's like a 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall, like big thing made of rocks or anything. But there's a few who can't hide.
So I'll have this quiet, real moment among the comedy with Ethan, and you'll see the color kind of like a little faster for a second. Like Sam's nervous, and he says, should I even be here? And like the camera's way far back and shows the stature of you two together.
What are you even talking about?
I mean, it's kind of weird. What is Mr. Green going to teach me about trigonomic function? I obviously can't win not being noticed. He kind of looks around, and it does the several panels with the text over it, where it's showing all the different students barely drawn into place.
Well, all right, look at it this way. You may not be able to get much from the academic aspect of it, but think of it as just a year of social conditioning. Different situations that you can meet people, handle, and, you know, learn from. And what do you mean, should you even be here? Of course you should be here. Anybody that says otherwise can shove it.
He kind of nods, and the eyes change a few times, like he's contemplative or whatever. And he says, guess I was just feeling a little out of place, looking at all these normal-looking people. Except for that kid. He looks like he stinks.
Yeah, no, I can smell it from here. I don't know if it's actually a smell, but I can smell by seeing him.
Yeah, and you can see, you also can kind of see through him as if he's like not fully opaque.
And he's definitely got powers.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't hiding it very well.
No.
Not like us. We're hiding it great.
What? I
Well,
don't
you.
have powers. What?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I bet if you had powers, you would hide them better than these kids. Haha. I got you
It's like-
covered, fam.
Like my head
Wink.
just juts at that from wherever we're at. Of like,
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Thanks.
Whack.
What?
those two are gonna give up the ghost so fast.
I mean, they already kind of have. We knew that. Listen, we know that Sam is, obviously one of the powered kids.
Yeah.
Time though, as long as we make sure to not let it be known that we're, in a study group together and we're just friends, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm personally not worried that. I mean, the worst part about if they found out about me would be I'd have more people trying to talk to me, and that's a nightmare. So actually, yeah, let's maybe help keep them under wraps a bit more.
I'm good with that. That's like
Uh,
the star panels, and then
yeah.
it goes.
And then we also see you two on the track walking around. There's another person walking towards all y'all, kind of like waving, like in a can I join in kind of way. You recognize them. This is Todd Casey. So they are in that like classic stoner sweater that looks more like an Afghan than a sweater, almost like.
All those drug routes where I'm from.
Oh yeah. So it's already third day of school, clearly third day in a row wearing it. Just got that whole vibe going on, and kind of walks up. Hey, how are we doing?
Great, how's it going, Todd?
I am so thankful that some jackass pulled the fire alarm. Can you believe I almost had to sit through another green lecture, and that was going to be worse than burning in a school. So, truly, hats off to whoever it was.
Robbie, was it him?
You can try and roll to pierce the mask if you're looking
Yeah,
at it.
like
Great.
Jamie's eyes just narrow a little, like the teeniest bit.
I might as well because we're trying to figure this out.
Great.
Yeah, I got a 7 on that.
7. All right.
Yep.
Let me see if I have anything to add, but I feel like the answer's probably no. Oh, actually, yeah, no, I got a 7 thanks to the +1 and my mundane.
Hey, all right. So you both get one question, and you can kind of coordinate if you'd like. And I'm gonna play a little loose where if you try and ask too direct a question that's not in the list, I'm gonna look at you. But if you want to ask a question that's a little outside the bounds, we can play.
Okay, so Dare, if we're gonna coordinate this, the questions that I'm looking at, and I don't know if you're thinking about them, are either what do you want me to do and what do you intend to do, or what are you really planning and what do you want me to do? Like, why is Todd coming up to us and like what's...
Yeah, what are you really planning was the one I was thinking about.
Okay, cool. So if you want to take what are you really planning, and I'll take what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, I'll go first then. I'll sort of bring the intimidating aura, like hands in pockets, full delinquent pose, despite not being that.
Yeah.
And just looking like, no offense, but what's up? Like, what's up?
Well, okay, listen, it's been real boring already, and I'm just trying to hear what other people have heard about the school. There's gotta be something juicy already, right? Or at the very least, maybe somebody wants to start something.
I mean, unfortunately, Todd, at the moment, I'm kind of out of hot goss for you, but if I find out anything, I'll let you know.
Now that's a promise I can take. Also, do either of you
Yeah.
want weed?
I'm good.
Can I tap you back on that later?
Yeah. You got my number?
Here, let me double check. And pulls out their phone,
Mhm.
and they look at it, and it's not turning on, like, at all. And they stop and like mess with it a minute, and then go and realize that it's the phone from their timeline.
It's on 7G. It's not.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't work here. So they stop, take out their phone, and go, here, I think mine's dead. I'm gonna have to fix it. Can you just write it down for me?
Yeah.
And
Goes
yeah.
into one of their very baggy pants pockets and pulls out and flips you a full pog with their phone number written on it in Sharpie.
What year are you in?
I mean,
What?
depends,
What year am I in, dude?
depends on how high I am, but
What's up?
what? Yeah, what?
Nothing.
Yeah. Sorry. Listen.
No, I'm in I mean I'm here and now. Where are you?
Jamie, I wasn't talking to you. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. I
Did you
just-
already? Okay. I see we're both getting a little early here. No worries. Hey, I'm not here to judge. Just when you want to buy, just come to me instead of whoever you got yours from here.
When you want to get odd, you roll with the Todd. Is that your slogan?
It is now. It is now. Oh, I can't wait. You know what? Give me 1 sec. I need to change my bio on everything. Just like takes out his phone.
Advertise that super hard.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I helping you? I don't care.
No, Todd.
Oh, my best
Be
friend.
honest
Can't
with
wait
me.
to see that. Yeah.
Okay. So actually I have a question for you. There was a guy, like a blonde kid.
Yeah.
Like green eyes, pretty tall.
Vincey the Virgin. We love him.
Go on.
All right. Well, imagine, if you will,
Yeah.
take all the best frat energy you can muster into junior, and then put that in a very religiously household, sexually repressed individual, and you get old Vincey. Oh, bless his heart.
Now, does he play on a bunch of the teams?
Oh,
or-
you know it.
Okay, so plays on the teams, but parents
Oh, that
are
too.
dicks about it. Oh,
Yeah.
so, okay. That's not
Yeah.
what I was asking, but
Hey.
good on him.
Yeah.
Todd, are you interested?
In Vincey? Listen, as you can tell from my Twitter bio, I'm a little more of an open book than that. So that's not quite the vibe we're looking for.
I don't
No,
follow Todd on
that's-
Twitter. That's out of character. I look at it on occasion. I'm just like, no, I can't. I need peace.
Well, he did just change it to, if you want Todd, you come to Todd.
He tagged me in it. Oh, he tagged me in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You gotta block him and then unblock him real quickly so he doesn't notice and get rid of that.
Can I just say really quick, I gotta get out of character, gotta give props to Robbie. I created Todd, and like just as a basic, we had to create characters for this world, and you are not disappointing. This is everything
Yeah.
Fucking bless you.
But yeah, well, hey, what's y'all's deal? I mean, you're pretty new, right? What are you looking to get up to?
Jamie, I like reading.
Ooh. Well, be still my heart. It's too interesting. Come on, there's gotta be more than reading, right? What do you do other than...
You asked me who I am and what I do.
Yeah, cool.
So my name's Jamie.
Right.
And I read, and they hold up The Wise Man's Fear, like this 1,200 plus page fantasy book, like the pocket version of it, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. I mean,
I also paint and play music.
got
sometimes.
artsy kid. Cool. See, that makes sense. I'm trying to get a vibe, you know.
I mean, I also jog and like, sometimes do sports, but sports ball isn't super my thing. Just I do what I enjoy doing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Kind of looks over to Leah.
Hi. Do you want to know the vibes?
Yeah.
Let me get your impression first. Let's see how close you are, and then I'll tell you.
Parents definitely have money, but you don't want people to know. I just imagine a lot of death metal coming through those headphones. Maybe, I don't know. But you're probably actually secretly kind of chill.
Something like that. I will say her music is pointedly not death metal. It is big. I have a playlist of hers. It's a lot of Girl in Red, lots of Mitski. She is going through it. She's doing immaculate.
By the way, when the headphones come off and Jamie hears like Girl in Red or like King Princess and that kind of stuff, just leans and you see them like lift some of the words.
Beautiful.
Mm.
She's like, yeah, no, they're the folks, got money. I don't. I'm just here. For fun. I like fighting games. I like.
Ooh, which ones?
Music. She actually gets very excited for sex. Well, it really depends. See, for 2D ones, I'm a big fan of more of a I tend to go with more Japanese ones, like a big Arxis fan. I like a nice dash jump. But for 3Ds, I have to go Tekken just because the spacing is just perfect. And if you ever get really into a match, it's really good to just sort of hit some hard footsies and then. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't like Mortal Kombat. It's fine, but the block button's just really bad design. I think it's unintuitive from a design standpoint. And she just starts hyper fixating for a second, and then catches herself. It's yeah, no, but I like to game a little bit on occasion.
Yeah.
Bit of arcade rat.
Sure.
What about you, Todd? What's your deal?
Oh, well, I smoke a weed, and I get the goss, and when people want to know interesting facts about people, or they want to get high, they come to me.
So, is part of the way you get information just interviewing people, or do people come and tell you gossip about other people in exchange for weed? I just want to know how the system works here.
A bit of both.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Also, some people get very talkative after some good long talks, so I can't help that. To be honest, that's kind of how it all started, and then kind of just lean in, commit to the bit.
That's actually a really good idea. I mean, torture has been proven falsely, or it's been proven to actually be a really horrible method of getting information. Usually after a certain amount of time, the person's information will be completely null and void because they'll just say anything to get out of it, or the people are so strong-willed that they wouldn't have given up the information anyway. So smoking with them seems better.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree, I guess. Hey, I mean, obviously we know a few, but who are we thinking You got any marks for an early step up in the grade here?
What does that mean?
Yeah, like Jamie looks to Leia with the same question. Like,
You're sure for both your first years here, right? Or no?
I mean, I'm a transfer, so yeah.
Okay. We want, you know, they have the whole thing where you turn in a soup and you get like a whole letter grade bumped up at the end of the semester. See a soup, say a soup.
Does that actually like, promote good learning practice, though? That feels like not good for a school.
I'm not here to question the system, man. I'm here to profit.
You know, it would help you pick out villains if every school did it. That's an interesting dynamic.
Looks behind and sees Gigaplum. Ah!
Oh,
No, that was JB.
yeah. That's fine.
I was right.
Yeah.
I was making joke. I was making.
Yeah, funny joke. Anyway.
Like, I mean, also, do you want to be the one who gets down as like a snitch? Like that feels.
Oh, well, see, there's a difference between being a snitch and not having to pay attention in class because I just got multiple soups turned in.
I mean, there's got to be some people who are disqualified though. Some of them are kind of obvious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if I go say that Xbox 75 over there is a soup, I'm not gonna get Jack. But you know, it's pretty good. To be quite honest, I didn't show up to pre-calc at all last year, and just through my through that program, gotta be in that class.
I think I stand up like fully, and you can see that she's not small. She's absolutely built pretty big and works out on the reg as part of training.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna be real. I have a strong no snitch policy. So I think it kind of like harshes my vibes on that. Especially like I don't feel like I could trust a dealer who's also pretty proud of snitching on people. So it doesn't sound like a good business idea, but like that's just me.
I think this is a roll to provoke someone.
Yeah, it is.
So why don't you roll me for superior?
Oh boy, I'm pretty sure I don't have any of that. Yeah, no. Mouth getting me in trouble, of course. Oof, that's a 4. These guys
Hey.
are killing me.
Give yourself an experience. You're welcome.
Oh no, that's a 5 with the +1 if I had it.
Cool. Well, that's experience. You're welcome.
I know.
Hey, you know what? It's noted. You were only 2 away. We appreciate it. So kind of like looks you up and down. Oh, cool. So we're just gonna go to. All right. So I'm no snitch about what I deal, but if you're gonna harsh the vibes, then I think I'm gonna just peace. But
Honestly, dude, it's the 3rd day. We don't know much yet, so all good.
All right. Well, kind of like looks you up and down really judgmentally, Leah, and just kind of like, yeah, just kind of like has made a judgment, and you're gonna take the condition insecure as Todd walks away and just clearly thinks a lot less of you walking away from that interaction.
Not Todd. What she says, but she's like, oh fuck, did I like ruin? I can't make the like gossip angry day 3.
Just listen. There are going to be hunters like that all over the school. Just take a breath. Don't hide with them.
It's not that. It's just like look, I'm by nature, I like to look out for people, and I don't like the idea of looking like bullying someone just because they're different, especially if they're a friend of mine. So maybe you'll have to help rein me in on occasion, but I should be good. It's just it reminds me of my folks.
No, trust me, I get it. This is more me saying we just got to be careful around him in particular with what we say. That's
Yeah.
all. But trust me when I say I've got your back.
I believe you.
And we're gonna cut over Gigafile. So how much of like an eye would you say you keep it on the school? Like obviously you're kind of like aware of it, but is it something where you try not to think about like all the CCTV footage you're getting and like the computer servers doing their thing?
So I'm imagining it a lot like having ADD in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So the longer he has to stand there and wait, the more he kind of slips. All this information starts coming through. So he's listening to Ethan talk and they're having a moment, and then it's just he's seeing all this stuff like picture in picture kind of popping up in his own head. So I'm imagining the longer that he's just sat here waiting, the worse it'll probably get.
Great. So you noted as you're talking to Ethan and just kind of waiting for the fire drill to be over, you just become aware of kind of like the athletic wing. A good number of those cameras go dark. So, like suddenly, like there wasn't any abnormalities on the footage, but they just gone. Footage, darkness.
This is difficult. I don't think that he would want to talk to a teacher because that would be so bad on the first day. So instead, he's just going to tell Ethan, hey, he kind of slaps him with his gigantic back of the hand. Hey, whack, whack, whack.
Sorry, I was zoned out. I was
No.
Spider-Man has ever ate his own web, and
I think the camera's cut off in the athletic wing.
huh?
It just all went dark. Like, he can't snap, but he does the snap motion with his giant soft fingers.
Like that?
That.
Okay. You think it is? Do you think it's a crime?
Could be. Do we tell a teacher? Or...
Mm.
And like you see one of his eyes is like doing that kind of like the lights moving at a different speed where he's cycling through the other cameras inside the school.
Can you go to the cameras and go back a couple seconds before it cut off to see if anything suspicious came up?
I do it while he's saying it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say roll assess the situation.
Oh God.
Hey, with a +1.
How dare.
You heard it here first, folks. JB wants a -1 on their next roll.
I really do enjoy being a poor roller. What is assess roll?
That is going to be, I believe, yes, it's going to be superior.
I'm not very superior.
That'd be
You
7.
wanted a roll. Oh,
7.
okay.
All right. So that is, I believe, one question. One question.
I was on the wrong page, that's why I couldn't find it. I guess here's the biggest threat. Because if it's just a power outage, if there's construction going on, if it's someone stealing something, it's not really going to raise my hackles. But if I think something suspicious is going on with what's on the tape, then we might actually have to go check it out.
So to answer your question, at the last 2 seconds of the security camera footage are a massive flash of deep blue light, and then everyone sees bursting from the gymnasium, flying like in an uncontrolled arc upwards through the sky is like a figure just rocketing, like they got like shot put by an incredibly powerful force, just flying out of the gymnasium. And that's where we're going to end for a break here. We will be back in 15 minutes, and we will see what if anything our would-be heroes are going to do about someone getting yeeted out of the gym. So thank you all, and we will be back soon. Don't go anywhere except do get water, stretch your legs. Hello and welcome back to the UnRemarkables here on RF Chaos. I hope you had a good break. I know I did. We got up, stretch your legs, got some water, take care of yourself, because you matter. So, last we left off, these 4 out of 5. Fantasia hasn't shown up to school yet, but you know they are a little out there, as I'm sure we'll find out on next episode. But maybe our heroes would be, at least, are a little distracted by the fact that somebody just looked like yeeted out of the gymnasium by some massive force. Before you all even have a chance to actually I would say everyone except for Leia. So what would you like to do? Because you have much faster reactions than the average mortal. So is there something you would like to do in reaction to this?
I probably want to try to get to the scene of it. That feels right.
Wait, do we all know this information?
Oh, wait, this was not subtle. Like, you all heard the roof like explode outwards, and like somebody kind of like screaming and flying out of the roof. This is not like a subtle event.
Was it on the side with the gym?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the athletic
screaming wet.
Immediately taps Leia and says,
well, if I'm understanding, she's not there, because if you're following, you are off and gone.
Go to tap, and she's not there.
And we get like the flashing outline.
Like, yeah, exactly. In the comic book panel, it's just like a little flashing outline where she goes tap tap. Hey, Leia, I found something in a locker there. And then starts jogging towards like where you clearly see Sam.
And my question I have to ask you, Leia, is how much do you care about if people can see how fast you run away towards where this thing came from? Or are you not even thinking about that?
The real question, she's done this for a while. She has practice. That's the one thing so I think it's moving at a decent enough speed where it looks like just sort of in the chaos, and then she knows how to like turn up the speed as need be to sort of like take those moments of like, oh, I just looked and oh no, like maybe it was just the wind. So I think she starts moving in a second.
Gotcha. All right. So you go at pretty normal speed until you hit the point. So you're not going to get there as fast as possible, but pretty close. So as Leia is almost to the athletic wing, a like loudspeaker blares on, and you hear the principal. Hello, students. You will now be experiencing the second drill of today. Please follow please follow. They don't stutter, but Rob does. Please follow your teachers to the designated empowered incident hideout, and you will be informed when the bunker is safe to be left. Do not try and be involved. This is not something for students to worry about. Just simply go where it is safe. I need everyone to roll to resist influence. as the principal is telling you all to just don't be heroes. That's not your job. Ooh, a +2 for seismic, so +1 to the next 2 rolls. So for the audience, and because I'm sure you all know every mechanic of this game, so all adults have what's called influence over you, and then you can have influence over your peers if you gain it. It has a couple abilities. It gives you a small bonus when you're making rolls against them, and you can spend it to try and like get them to do something. But also, if you have influence over someone and they kind of tell you how you should act or what you should be, then you have to roll to reject it. Otherwise, your labels, which are your stats for how your character operates, which is kind of like how they view themselves and being a hero, could shift. So we have it's a choice to either accept the influence and your labels will just shift the way they're going to shift, or you can try and resist and roll, and maybe worse things will happen, maybe not. So going to go around the group here. So we'll do that kind of intro order here. So I would believe that was Nerissa.
I am definitely going to try and reject the influence here.
Okay, great. You got it.
I rolled on this an 8, and then what do I add to this?
So when resisting an influence, you are...
Let's see.
You just roll.
Okay, so that's an 8. So on a 7 to 9, choose 1. Let's see. Either clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift 1 label up and 1 label down, your choice. Cancel their influence and take +1 forward. So I'm immediately going to clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mark potential. And what happens is Jamie knows the immediate place that they think this attack may have happened. And are there like around a track? I assume there are like trees or something nearby, bleachers. So Jamie just walks that direction, and the moment that they turn behind the bleachers and are in like the shadow, the comic panel is basically the sun is shining down on these bleachers, and the moment that they step back, Jamie's body completely fades out and they turn into a living shadow and immediately go from that shadow into shadow of one of the lockers. Like they're basically using their power to teleport through the shadows to end up in that janitorial closet.
Great. So, and before we discover what Jamie sees in there, let's go around for everyone else's for the influence. So, NB, Dare?
I'm really mad I'm guilty. I'll tell you what. Because that's a 5, because I'm guilty.
Okay, so this is going to hit you exceptionally hard. So you are going to... I'm still going to adjust your labels. So take Savior down by 1 and Mundane up by 1. And now you also have to have a condition. Which condition do I want to inflict? I'm gonna say you can take Afraid, as you know this principal knows who they're talking to, and the fact that they are advising not to engage, maybe that's on purpose. But you do get potential because you failed. So yay!
Do a new move by the end of the session with this, right?
Great. Hey, you never know. All right. So Seismic Bees, are you accepting the influence or rejecting it?
Either way, it doesn't matter because I got a big old juicy 5.
Great. So you also are going to have your Savor down by 1, Mundane up by 1, and I'll say probably also Afraid. Unless there's one that you feel like fits better.
You said Mundane up by 1.
So Mundane is now +1 and Savior is -1.
Okay.
And last but not least,
I accept.
Great.
I accept their influence. and I'll do what they say. And my rationalization quickly for you at home viewing is that Sam is, by all accounts, very unique at the school, both for his stature and what happened to him. He's also very young. He's a couple years younger than everyone here. And the idea that he's going to be held to different standards, I'm imagining, in terms of getting in trouble at the school. And he does not want to risk it for something like this, especially when he sees his friends spring into action. What he'll choose to do instead is corral people toward the bunker to try and get them to not see everyone running toward the danger so that they don't get a demerit for the semester.
Okay,
you heard of
Wait,
everyone. You heard them, citizens. We have to go to the bunker.
Amazing. So that's awesome. So your labels will shift. So put down savior, bring up mundane. But so we now know what 3 out of 4 of our team is doing. Seismic, Ethan, how are you gonna do this? You see your friend start to just corral people and ignore
he's terrified, so he's going to like he sees what Sam's doing, so he's going to help him. He's going to place his hand on Sam's back to help vibrate the sound coming out of his mouth to make him louder so that he can reach more people and help them out.
I love it. That's so
and
cool.
For my own powers, I'm gonna have everyone's phone go bleep 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 and be like to the whatever it is. What do they call it when it's in a house? No, panic room. Yeah.
Oh,
panic room, and have a little disco emoji.
Party in the panic room.
Put a pin in it so they can track it, like with their.
Amazing. So, Jamie.
Yes.
You just appeared in the locker room you just changed in, not but a few hours ago.
Literally in the locker. Like, when they turn into a shadow, they turn into a shadow, basically. Yeah. So I imagine them being in that storage closet.
As a
saw the bottle.
Yeah, as a reminder, these are like overhead, like cabinets. Not like a full closet, but you could be like in the locker right underneath that one. Not a problem.
That works. Yep.
So with that positioning, you can hear what sounds like metallic footprints, kind of like kind of walking, kind of making their way out of the locker room. They would have no reason really to know that you've just appeared inside the locker. Is there anything you want to do?
I would like okay, so if it's an overhead cabinet over the locker, is it casting a shadow down onto the locker?
The lights aren't on, so there's shadow everywhere.
So it's I have free range of movement. Amazing. Sure. Yeah, I'm immediately going to slink into that overhead cabinet to see if it's still there.
Great. So yeah, you can't get too close to it because there is still that pulsing blue light. But yes, you are 100% in shadow form, able to see that device. However, the vial is now about 2/3 full.
Like it's filling up or going?
No, there's a third of it is gone. And just behind one of the blocks of lockers, there's the metallic footprints. They block your view of the figure and vice versa, but they're pretty close to just getting to the exit. And at this point,
I want to teleport closer to that person.
Okay. And before that happens, Leia, so I will say you are right at the athletic wing, so you can see where the big hole in the ceiling is. Given where it is, it's probably in like one of the locker rooms or like the main gymnasium. Is there anything you want to do? The figure is already almost out of sight. They are flying exceedingly fast. But is there anything you would like to do?
I'm probably going to look and make sure if there's anyone here who needs help.
Yeah, go ahead and roll assess the situation.
All right.
So that's superior.
Help me out today, dice, please. My superior. I'm suffering. I swear this is a bad roll. I'm it. I'm done. All right. Do I have a plus?
I do not think you have a plus from the audience. So take another
I
potential.
can't believe this.
This
This is the worst luck I've ever had.
Yeah, you are looking around, and all you see is a currently working CCTV camera on the exterior of the building staring right at you. Oh, all right. I'll let the redemption happen. I'll let the audience. The audience is great. They're on a delay. We can't punish them for that.
You got my back.
That's gonna be
punish them for that.
of course. Plus, it's more fun. So yes, I will allow that to ride. So you get a mixed success. Therefore, you get to ask me a singular question.
Who here is most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable to you. You look around, you see nobody. It looks like whatever did this maybe took advantage of nobody being around. This entire part of the school is evacuated, and so you can assume that without any other shenanigans, only whoever did this is around.
I think she just sort of waits, sort of leaning against the wall, knowing that either her friends will be here in a second or the threat will be here in a second. Either way, she can deal with that.
Okay. Ethan, where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm still next to Sam, so.
Okay, so you're still just assisting?
Yeah, if he's
Okay.
still corralling people, I'm still amping up his voice.
You got it. I'm gonna say, yeah.
Actually, Sam, I'd be able to read you kind of decently at this point, right?
Maybe not read, but I can guarantee you know like what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, would I be able to know if you're stressed or not right now?
more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Super stressed.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
as I'm
8.5
doing
out of 10 stress.
Yeah. So as I'm doing that, he stops and looks at Sam, and then like looks at the situation, and you see him just turn his hand and just start sending these like high frequency vibrations through Sam, which are like promoting like joy and happiness in his own like biological makeup.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll to unleash your powers.
Oh God, not on that one! I'm gonna kill my friend.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, here we go. Come on, big money.
So.
Oh, yes.
Plus
Now, what do I
free.
add to it?
Free.
Plus free.
It was destined, unless you have a negative.
Yeah.
Oops, I opened the wrong one. And freak, baby, that's +2, so that is a 12.
Is a 12. So
It's on cloud 9.
you are doing amazing. So go ahead. You do this, and nobody seems to notice. Everyone's staying in front of the 7-foot tall robot thing. So you're able to do this surreptitiously with anyone the wiser, for sure. And I would love it, our good friend Sam, if you could roll me a mundane with a +1 because your buddy Ethan is helping out, just to see how this kind of corralling goes. Because I'm sure mundane is your best stat. So
Mundane's 0 now because you adjusted my labels, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Still a failure though. 5 total.
5 total. So gain experience. And people aren't saying things or like yelling at you, but your vision is too good, and you can't not pick up some of the texts that are like, OMG, have you seen that thing behind us? And you see like some people looking in like confusement and maybe a little fear. Like people are following you and you're getting them to safety, but not everyone is thrilled about it. And you can tell. So we're gonna cut back. So, Jimmy, do you want to? So, if the figure is here, where do you want to be? Like compass rose to them.
So basically, my thought is like if this figure is going down a hallway, Jamie wants basically to be in the shadows that are on the wall. So like they're right, and just like walking in those shadows right alongside them. So if they look towards the wall, they have basically blended in with the person's shadow. If there's any kind of additional darkness cast on the wall. Yeah.
So you and you are walking alongside so imagine like a robot made to look like in the shape of a person, but much more angular, like a lot of like triangle plating shapes, and instead of like a round head, it's kind of just got like almost like more of a trapezoidal shape, like kind of like a beak almost shape. And its armor is kind of this cobalt blue, and it has in its right hand there is like a little it looks basically like a pipe or maybe a barrel that is kind of like still got blue smoke kind of like pouring out of it a little bit.
Jeez. Like it had recently discharged?
Like a smoking gun.
And you said it's completely dark in here, right?
Yes. It was completely abandoned and the lights were off.
So, God, I'm trying to think.
Here, I'm gonna give you a moment to think, and we'll switch back over to Leah.
Yeah.
So the surroundings are clear. What's your intention here?
All right, so things are safe. People are safe. Oh, I think she's like, I could try to. Damn it! Like she's spinning in her own head like this, and I think what she's going to do is try to provoke someone and just say like, trying to see if anything's here hiding to, like, hey, either come out and fight me or like run away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that feels like a thing she'd do.
Yeah. Above board, we're not gonna roll because there's no one here outside to hear you. So like you yell out a mighty challenge, a honorable duel between two combatants, but you left unread by the universe.
She just like sighs deeply and is like, fuck. And yeah, she's just like maybe poke her head up to see if she sees any of her friends yet.
Nope. In fact, your vision, I'm pretty sure, is really good. So you can see, and also it's not hard to see Sam with Ethan behind going towards the bunker with everyone about to kind of descend into the safe zone. And you can't see Jamie anywhere.
I think she just might text Sam if she can, just to like check in. And that's it. She'll just get a sit rep from everyone who can answer their phone.
Replies.
Ruby, I just want you to roll me 2d6.
Oh, I had an idea. Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
5
You have a +1.
plus 1, which is a
That's a
6. It's
6.
still a failure. I
Nice.
did
So
idea too.
I'm
That's
gonna
what I'm saying.
give you potential, but your
Mhm.
phone bing as you receive a text from Leah.
Hang on. No, I'm
Oh,
gonna
your
go
phone
ahead
is
and
gone. That's right.
My
It
phone
doesn't work.
literally doesn't work in
Yes.
this universe, so I'm just gonna
Never mind.
you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes. Correct. I was like, oh, of course has a phone,
Mhm.
but you don't. Look at that. You beat me. So, what do you ignore that roll? What was your idea?
I want to step out into the shadow in front of the figure or teleport directly there and put my hands in front of their eyes. So basically, I want it to just seem like this is now darkness they cannot see in front of. I'm using my shadow to try and blind them, essentially.
Roll to directly engage a threat, please.
Yep. I may not be physical, but I can try. Let's see. Okay.
Sounds like a plan. So this is going to be, I believe, plus danger. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm finding my place. Okay.
Yeah.
So plus danger, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a 7 total.
Okay. So you get to pick one. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Let me look over these options because I want to think carefully here.
It sounds to me like the surprise them, right? Like get the jump on them and block their sight.
I think this is actually okay. So do I see the liquid anywhere near them?
No.
No traces of the liquid. So
No,
I can't.
It was still in the locker, but remember the barrel has the same color blue smoke coming out of it.
Okay, got it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I want to surprise or frighten the opposition. I want this person to suddenly be blinded. Yeah.
So you do that, and as like an instinctual reaction, there's someone in front of it. This robot just throws a punch forward and hits you right in the chest, and that's gonna be that's just gonna be a condition. So you tell me whether that would make you feel like angry or afraid.
So here's the thing: when they're a shadow, they technically aren't physically manifested. They're just
okay. Well, but there's got to be enough to like block the vision, right?
Oh yeah, it's literally just that they are
Gotcha.
like a blockage of light.
Then you know what I'm gonna say.
I would say like if it was anything, it would probably be afraid because they see that this thing has like a gun blazing and is trying to directly hurt someone in a school.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually hit you. I retract the sound effect, but it goes through the shadow. And like that was not a pulled punch. Like it didn't seem to like care about any like what it was in front of it. It went to just like straight gut punch, whatever was in front of it. But it also seems disoriented and unsure where to go from here. What's your intention now? Got it. Surprised.
Oh god. Okay, so it tried to punch through me. It's now basically trying to figure out what caused this, right?
Yeah, like
oh god. Okay, we're close to the gym. I'm trying to figure out. No crap. I'm So here's the thing. I keep thinking about the fact that the blue smoke is coming out of the barrel of this gun, which I feel like they probably are trying to use to make someone's powers go haywire. I want to see if I can come back in. So I'm going to fade back in.
Okay.
Just long enough to try and hit that gun. Like if there's any way to enable it.
Great.
I'm not trying to hit the person. I'm just trying to mess with the machinery.
Yeah. So I think this is still. I will let you pick because I'm very nice to either directly engage a threat or unleash your powers, since it's kind of both because you are using this opportunity.
Yeah, I think this is an unleash your powers. Like they're specifically using their teleportation and the drop of surprise from being a shadow. So that's what I'm gonna roll here. So unleash your powers is plus
Plus your freak.
Great. Perfect. So let me see. Okay, that is a 9 plus. I'm not working with 2 monitors here, so it takes me.
You're good. Me neither.
Yeah.
One monitor gang.
It's a 9. It's a 9.
Okay. So that's a mixed success. So we're gonna. So you're gonna mark a condition. So I'm gonna say. So you. What kind of move are we pulling? Like, is this like a punch, a kick? Like, what do we do? What's the?
I think it is a grab of the gun and a slam it against the wall.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's like using the concrete to their advantage.
Great. So you basically jam this this robot's hand into like the concrete wall, and you hear like a cracking and a snapping of like metal and machine parts as the barrel pushes through the like hand section of the robot and like has punctured it. So you basically pushed the barrel through its own hand, but as you do so, you hear it threat identified, calibrating, and I'm gonna give you the condition afraid, as it now knows.
I already have afraid.
Oh well. Okay. When did you get afraid? Was that from?
I just got afraid a second ago.
Right. Oh, sorry.
When it punched through me, and I was like, oh shit.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, why don't we take? Here's the thing. You are now 1v1ing this thing. You are in darkness, but you don't know what it's capable of. Why don't you take hopeless?
Okay. Yeah. That absolutely tracks. I would try and contact any of my teammates, but literally I have no way to in this situation.
Oof. You have a voice.
Yep, just cuckoo.
Oh my god.
That's the call of danger. We must go.
We established this 3 days
I know
ago.
that could call. I mean, listen, if y'all just say we've established this, I have to say, okay, great. I love it.
We have a short flashback to when we tore up 3/4 of a block of the city. Caw-caw! Right before it happened. Oh, that means bad.
You know, as you do. Anywho, so what do you do? So you've just slammed this thing's hand into the wall. I'm gonna cut over to Leia and say that because you got a mixed success and you've got quite good senses, as they may say. You hear like some kind of like crunching sound, like some kind of metal breakage inside the school, not too far away.
She takes off towards it immediately. Yeah, she's on her way. Am I allowed to essentially have a move ready the second I see the trouble?
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna get both your intentions, and we're gonna see how they happen at the same time. So you see Umbra with this blue metallic robot with its like grabbed its arm and up against the wall. What do you do? in reaction to that, NB?
I think I'm going to engage a threat, probably.
Okay, so you're just gonna go and what?
Yeah, I'm going to probably come in with my shield and just like yell, like move, like get out of the way, and I'll pin it with like my shield.
What does the shield appearing look like? Like
Yes.
we haven't seen this
Perfect.
ever.
I was actually about to, yeah.
Yes.
So the way her powers manifest, in terms of her mythic weaponry, it's a sort of like a golden tinge manifests around normally her arms to summon it. And it can go pretty quickly, but in true comic book fashion, first time you see it, it takes a second. It's dramatic.
Yeah. Of course, we get the like full, like the first time the Transformers transformed in the like Transformers movie, right? We get the full spectacle of it.
And essentially, in true fighting game form, a charging star, if you know what that is.
Great. And before you roll, what are you doing, Jamie?
As soon as I hear "get out of the way," Jamie fades. Just immediately fades, but is like standing there still to watch the situation and try and figure out where they're most needed next.
So I'm going to need to directly engage a threat.
This now means that there are going to be multiple fades in and out, so there are going to be multiple traits that change. I love
Yeah,
it.
we're about to be, I believe, at 3. 1 to get to the locker, 1 to get up. Yeah, so this will be 4 actually.
Well, they stayed a shadow that whole time.
Oh, that's right. So
and they've actually come out and become physical, so they've now faded back out.
So 2.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need, as there is the golden light as the shield manifests, I'm gonna need an unleash your powers to do that before the light kills your shadow.
Okay, got it.
So.
Oh no! That's oof. That's a 5 minus 2 because of hopeless.
Great.
So that's a 3.
Nice.
Okay, and then how about your danger here, Legionnaire?
Well, I'm going to use my move, Fight the Good Fight, so I can roll with a savior at least.
Great.
So
Okay. Now, this is a great opportunity to remember to do the team pool. So, in this moment, who's the leader of the team? In this particular scenario with you two.
Honestly, it feels pretty collaborative, but maybe me solely because I was the first one to engage the threat.
Makes sense to me.
I'm okay with that.
So, do you have influence over... Oh, we got some extra team into the pool, so that's good for you all. So, do you have influence over Legionnaire, Umbra?
I think I do. Yes. Yes.
So we're at 5 team.
My notes are all over the place because of the computer thing. Yes.
Okay. And then what's both of your purpose in the fight? Jamie first, then Leah.
To basically trying to just disable the threat. I don't want this person to hurt anyone in the school.
Yep. Stop it as quickly and cleanly as possible.
Okay, so we're at 6. Do either of you mistrust? Do you mistrust of Jamie, Leah?
Nope.
Okay. And I'm gonna say, since it's only half the team, I am gonna deduct 1 for being ill-prepared or off balance. So you do have 5 points of team, which you can spend 1 point of team to either assist a teammate, or you can use it selfishly to shift your labels. So, what are our final totals? I think not great, but because how's your savior here?
But I'm afraid.
Wonderful. So, good news. Both of you get potential.
I'm
Yay.
You're both full of potential.
I'm full of something in the word
which is the Mask's version of Bless Your Heart.
You're just taking the angry. condition.
Yeah. So what happens here is you fly into this robot shield first, right as Umbra tries to shift into shadow, but the bright flash of light kind of, I imagine like a static, like a glitching computer image, but it's shadow. You like are stuck in the physical form, and you kind of succeed at pinning it, but unfortunately it's a sandwich and Jamie is the other slice of bread.
Can I take the
So
guilty condition?
please, that's what happens for your failure. Jamie, I need you to roll to take a powerful blow.
Yeah. That's a 6.
Plus your number of
Hey,
conditions.
that's good. That's
Yep.
good. Nope.
Yep. +2. I have
Okay.
afraid and hopeless right now.
So you are going to pick one of these 3 options. So you lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions.
I think because of how badly I want to defend this team, especially Leia knowing what I know, I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna take 1 for the team, and I'm gonna mark 2 conditions. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
so 4 out of 5, yeah?
I'm at 4 out of 5.
Great.
I'm
Good.
so sorry.
This is great.
No, oh my god, this is amazing storytelling. You good?
No,
No.
this is her and me. I don't know which one of us is which right now.
Okay.
As the impact happens, like we get the like crack in the wall. At this point, as you two are ushering and shepherding people in, everyone can hear like some impact from the athletic wing, like construction equipment. But now we have the good news is the robot's is going to be kind of awkward for it to move around, but it's even more awkward for Umbra as you are kind of pinned. So first we're gonna cut back, leave you both to just sit in that moment, just kind of vibe in that moment for me. So Sam and Ethan, are we gonna be watching you two walk into the empowered incident bunker or not?
I think as we're walking in, there's that crack that, and Ethan's gonna look back and stop. Sam, did you got everybody inside, right?
Calculating. I have no idea where our other friends are.
You don't think? Oh no! Do you think they?
So let me sell you on something, Rob.
Please.
This
I love
is
being
it's a robot. It is a robot, right?
Yeah.
And now that it's dropped its facade of sneaking in and getting out very quickly, could I assess the situation? Or actually, could I use my technopathy powers to know that it's there? Like,
I would
just know that it's around.
I would love and unleash your powers for that.
Let's do that one.
Because
That
that's your
one's
power.
Way better. It is. It is specifically exactly what I
It's
do.
exactly what you do. So I'm excited.
10.
Ooh, baby. So as you start threat assessing, you instantly hit probably one of the first pieces of technology that actually you don't know. You think you could break through it, but like doesn't just instantly let you in. Like you hit some kind of machine, you get like the vague image of it, but you would have to put effort, almost like someone physically would have to put effort to move it, to try and get anything more than its kind of vague position and shape.
I'll just kind of flatly say to Ethan, they're in trouble. And is there a button to activate the bunker, or is it like a slide door or one of those that you lock, or what?
Yeah, once everyone's in, then from the inside they activate it and close down the bunker.
So, yeah, I'll just be like, close it and back out, close it and back out so that we can go and help our two friends who are causing this ruckus. Almost exclusively because before we see our characters in this session, there is a cataclysmic screw up that destroyed so many buildings and got so many heroes looking at us like we're potential villains. I do not think that we could survive if they flatten the academy
Cool.
wing on our third day of school.
So you yell, close it, and the doors were already like starting to close because you were the last two students. So Ethan, the like back half of the student body is looking at you, expecting you to come inside. What do you do?
He faints.
I catch him. I'm like, no, this one has fainted. The doors are too closed. I'll escort them to safety.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What? Okay.
Uh-huh. Well, that is
That's
exactly
super
what
great.
you do. And we're gonna just, I don't think we are gonna roll. We're just gonna keep going forward with the narrative on that one. So as
Holding him like a house cat. He's all like loose.
So what do you want to do here, you two? Just head right for it?
Yeah, I don't think I have much other option.
Now, I have a
yes.
question. How much can they see from the bunker?
You can just see the athletic wing. So you have like Gigaflop knows
the people
exactly
inside the bunker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The people in the bunker, how much can they see outside?
In 15 seconds, nothing, because the doors are closing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once the doors are closed,
Nothing.
they can see nothing?
Nope.
All right, cool. So then as soon as the doors close and he starts moving, then Ethan's just going to... It worked! And he's going to hop down and just start heading towards the building.
I would throw up if I could.
And let's find out what kind of scene they're going to run in on. So, we have Jamie up against the wall. We have Leah with a shield out. What are both your intentions? And then we'll do the same, all at the same time kind of jam.
Whew. Jamie is just going to say over her shoulder, go. And I am going to duck. I'm basically giving her a window of opportunity. If I can't fade out because of the shield, I am going to make sure to get out of the way. And I want to try and go for the legs of this guy.
Okay, so...
like trying to trip, basically, and make a window of opportunity for a Legionnaire.
Love it. And when drops down says go, what happens?
I'm afraid to do anything.
Yeah.
I
mean, y'all have ways of clearing your conditions. I'm just gonna, all you have to do is do like the action with that condition. Just saying.
How do I break the angry one again? Just because I'm a little
hurt someone or break something important.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. I did it retroactively. It was worth a shot. I don't know.
She did hurt me.
Yeah, but you also gained. Oh no, you had that. Yeah, I'm gonna say that clears angry. Yeah, 100%. Because you've 100% hurt
and
someone.
I will actively directly engage the threat while using Fight the Good Fight one more time. Dice, please, I'm begging, help me.
Both of you roll to engage the threat here.
I give up.
The dice have provided Legionnaire with
no.
ones as well.
Rest in peace.
I give up. This is it.
Dare, your character's overpowered in narrative. Like you are
I am one
incredibly
away from leveling up. This is how many times I failed. Understand?
So this is directly engage a threat, right?
Mhm.
And directly engage a threat.
Danger.
Danger. Cool. So with my 6 minus 2, that's a 4.
With my 2 plus 2, it's a 4. Hey, bestie, how's it going?
Twinsies!
Hey,
Mark,
besties.
Potential.
I'm at 4.
So
am I. Twinsies.
I'm gonna give you an option, Umbra. Do you want to take another powerful blow, or do you want to lose something as you duck down and jump forward?
Lose something. What do I even have on the person?
That's all you get.
I mean, if I take another powerful blow and I go to 5, I just want to understand this mechanically. I basically just go down, right?
Yep. If you take a powerful blow on a 10 and you get a 10 plus, you either are out of the fight, you lose control, and friendly fire becomes a thing we have to think about. Like, it's bad. If you have 5 conditions, you're not out. You just are very likely to get a 10 plus on taking a powerful blow, and you've -2 to everything and all that fun stuff.
You know what? Let's because I love giving people plot threads. Take something from me, Robbie.
You're gonna lose the book.
I can get another copy of Wise Man's Fear and pay the library fee. It's fine.
Could lose a memory from a concussion for all
Oh God. Yeah.
And
Let's
then,
find out. Oh God.
do you want to take a powerful blow, or do you want the CCTV cameras to start working again because the school is, trying to make sure things are okay?
Who, me?
You, yeah.
I'm gonna take the powerful blow. I have a move for
Okay,
that.
great. Go ahead. I don't remember how the move works, so.
All right. Never give up, never surrender. When you take a powerful blow with someone with far greater power than you, use this move instead. Roll plus savior. So, dice, please. I'm begging for help. That's an 11.
Hey, is it
11's bad.
is the same? It's the same metric for. Okay.
No, no. On a hit, I stand strong and choose one.
Hey.
Yeah. Great.
This is actually good for one.
Yeah.
I did a good
Woo!
thing.
You succeeded. You did it.
The dice roller forgot what it did too.
You gotta understand, air is so beaten and broken that even on that victory, they're like, yeah.
I have been beaten down by this dice roller, my greatest villain.
Yeah, like she's been hit hard this game. I'm so sorry, Dare.
Oh, it's fine. It's honestly like it works.
Yeah.
She's an insecure character already.
So,
okay.
what is the effect? So you stand strong, and when you said you get to choose one, what is that?
I can choose between I get an opportunity or opening, I rally from the hit and inspires the team, or I keep your attacker's attention. I think it is one of. I think I'm gonna get an opportunity or opening.
Great, that's perfect because what happens? We see Umbra duck down and dive for this thing's legs, and as she does, that iPhone 77 flies out of their pocket and onto the ground next to this thing. Its head swivels, and it's like where whereas like Gigaflop has like the eyes, imagine it as kind of like one of those like LEDs where it's just a bunch of different points of light lights up, and instead of going to punch you, like you see it with one hand, it tries to like check you out of the way, and it grabs that phone and puts it into like a chest compartment in its torso. But it's not an ideal position to fight with. So you are gonna have a +1 forward for this next intention. So Gigaflop and Seismic, you come in seeing this metallic blue humanoid robot kind of bent, looks like they're standing back up from bending over. Legionnaire has like their shield up against it, and Umbra's just kind of like by its feet. Looks like they maybe lost their balance or missed kind of a trip maneuver. So now we get to say what everyone's trying to do, and we're gonna figure out how it works simultaneously. So, Umbra, what do you want to do?
The first thing that happens is I just look over and go, "Thank God, help!" To the rest of the team, because that's what they wanted to do earlier and couldn't. And I think they want to try and get that phone. Okay. The idea of this thing potentially, like, the immediate thought that Jamie has is this thing has some way of like taking in the powers of other data sources, and that is concerning. So they want to try and punch out that compartment.
Okay. Who else knows what they want to do here?
I already touched on it earlier, but we know that Gigaflop's power works remarkably better if he can touch something. I couldn't get into this robot's brain from outside all the way at the bunker, but I would like to try and at least temporarily deactivate it so that people can get away by running up and putting myself right in danger's path.
Okay.
So like I cut through the room and get between, Seismic and everybody really, and just get right in this thing's face and touch it and try to hack into whatever's running its processes.
Love it.
With Ethan usually holds himself kind of, hunched over a lot, kind of just doesn't look too intimidating. But when they walk in and see this scene, something clicked. And you see him stand straight up and get this look in his eyes. And the moment that Gigaflop walks up and like body blocks everyone, you see Ethan sprint towards him, kind of like run up his back, and then just flip over and slam his hands on the back of the robot. And he is going to wait a minute to see if anything goes wrong with whatever Gigaflop's doing. And the moment Gigaflop, like, if he fails or gets what he needs, whatever happens, the moment he breaks contact, he's going to dump every bit of destructive vibration energy into this thing to just destroy it.
I'm also going to mark guilty, because when we came up and just the way that Ruby projected the help, I'm imagining that Gigaflop would be like, God, I should have came sooner. Like, they look so hurt. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that on myself.
Yeah. Jamie, you're a superhero, so like you're not beat up, but like you look like you've taken a hit in some way. So, and then Legionnaire, what's your intention?
Oh gosh, there's so much like internal guilt that she and I are both directly facing.
You could act on that guilt and remove the condition.
Yeah. What do I do to remove the guilty condition?
So to remove the guilty condition, we have to make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt.
I think I'm going to try to, I think I actually might try to clear insecure by taking foolhardy action, which is simply trying to like put it essentially in a full Nelson just to keep it like pinned, which is not the smartest move in the world, but it's a dance between sacrificial or foolhardy. Honestly, whatever feels right to you.
Yeah, for sure it is. So first, because Dare, would you like this to just succeed and this thing won't get an attack, but you just take a powerful blow, or do you want to roll
I
about
will
it?
try to. I will tank another powerful blow if I can.
Great.
Never give
So
up, never surrender.
take a powerful blow. Unleash your powers for Gigaflop and directly confront a threat for Umbra. Then,
Rob,
yes.
can I?
You want to charge up, right?
Well, I was gonna say by my actions, would it make sense to remove one condition and swap it for another? Because on coming in on this scene and seeing his friends hurt and seeing Sam potentially put himself in danger, Ethan, like I said, when that thing snapped, Ethan is just full of rage at this point, and he's about to dump everything he has to destroy this threat. So I would say that gets rid of afraid, but replaces with angry.
Yeah, okay. I like that. So, and then you said you were going to wait to see how Gigaflop's thing goes.
Yeah, like the moment I see any kind of distress from him, then or something showing that it may not be working, then I'm already charging up that, like, because I store the kinetic energy inside and then release it. So I'm pumping as much as I can into those stores.
So how do we do, Sam? You're awesome.
Let me roll. Hold on.
You got it. So this will be plus
13.
plus your 13. All right. So I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I'm a big reactor. This is not even a bit. I live and die in the game.
Listen, the fact that there's another big reactor here,
Kindred spirits. We're kindred spirits.
Bless. Yeah.
Already the vibes.
Let me get my fingies on him.
So this is gonna succeed. I'm gonna let you pick a bonus to this here. So you will be able to tell that it took something from Jamie. Do you want it to eject what it took, or do you want to get a ping of the server that's directing it? Not who is, but like a physical location of the server that's giving this thing orders.
So in the exact moment this is happening, right? Jamie has run up and Umbra has grabbed onto that panel to try and fish out whatever it took. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. I'm gonna trust that Umbra can handle it. I'll figure out who sent the robot.
Great. It's a location downtown. You're a computer, so you know it's like a corporate building with like a bunch of different offices. So nothing super clear yet, but it's a location that you know.
There's that moment where Gigaflop's face is like right next to its face, and the red light and the green light are kind of shining on one another. They're super close, and just you tell I'm holding its brain apart. Like, what's in here? Where'd you come from?
So go ahead and do your take a powerful blow with a +1 forward, because our friend Gigaflop has deactivated this thing. It still gets to act as Gigaflop is coming at it, but.
Am I taking the powerful blow?
Yeah. Yep. With a +1 forward.
So that's a 10 then.
Great. So that's your success on your
+1.
Great. Another success.
Yeah, only when I'm trying. Look, I guess I'm big swings. Only dying or succeeding. Yeah, I'll do the never give up thing. So I think I'll rally from the hit, and just like add a team to the pool.
Great. Amazing. And then what did we get for direct confront a threat, Umbra?
I got a 9.
Amazing.
I rolled a 10 +1 from the audience minus 2.
Let me sell you on something, Rob.
Yeah.
Because I am pulling this thing's brain apart, can I spend one of our team to make that a 10 for?
I would love it if you did that.
Thank you.
Racing to help Umbra.
Umbra, you grab onto this and you are starting to pull, and like you feel start to give, and then part of Gigaflop just flashes a little, and there's like a unhinging sound as part of what's holding this compartment in unlocks, and you as this thing tries to like come at the Legionnaire, and you full Nelson it, just completely get it. And Seismic, what do you want to do? You're already in motion
hang on,
towards it.
hang on.
Yes.
Because it's because I got a 10 on a 10.
Oh yes, you choose two. That's right.
Yeah.
I was just so excited.
I mean, yes, amazing. So I take something from them, and the other thing I want to do is I'm gonna try and sell you on this, Robbie.
Great.
So the idea is that something is controlling this thing. So I want to try and use frighten the opposition and look into its like eyes, its camera panels, and say, I don't know what you're up to, but it's not gonna work. Like, I know what this thing does, and we're coming.
I love it.
I want to try and frighten the opposition. Yeah.
Y'all keep saying I want to sell you on something. Listen, if that's how we want to word it, I am my grandma watching those channels where they just sell you all that shit. Like, I am ready to just buy everything y'all are selling. So keep it coming.
One day.
Yeah. So I the way I see this playing out, like camera wise, is Umbra's taken quite a few hits and is like pretty like beaten up at this point. Takes the panel, like completely rips it apart, takes the phone, and then like pulls the panel down.
Yeah.
So it's like eye to eye.
Complete eye level, exactly.
Yeah. So like there's that face off happening with Gigaflop, and then the eyes just come down a little bit, and Jamie says, "You are not going to cause people's powers to go haywire. We're coming for you." So that's my thought. Dogs. I
know. So Seismic. So you see, this is all what is going on as you are flipping over Gigaflop. Is there anything you would like to do? It seems pretty under control, but you're also angry.
Yeah. His anyone who notices his hands start to glow just from the energy stored inside, and the moment Umbra takes that thing out of his chest and like says what she says to him, all he's gonna say is stand back, and he's just saying it. So he means it to everyone, but he is just like, at this point he is not really there. He's focused on a sole target, and so he just says stand back. And he just like he throws his hands back and just slams them. Oops, I hit my mic. Slams them into the like the back of the robot, and just dumps as much energy he can into it to just shatter it from its very core. Like he wants to rattle every bolt inside of it. He wants to just destroy the utter foundation.
I will remain where I am, so that the shrapnel from this robot, should it blow up, will not kill our best friends.
I'm also holding it still. I'm built pretty sturdy.
So then I don't know how that resonates.
So
I know
impenetrable armor. Bring it,
I know.
brother.
I got you. Gigaflop, he's fine, but I don't know too much about Leia.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah. And Umbra?
I was gonna say, is there a split second when he says stand back before he unleashes this blow where I can fade out?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna fade out, please.
Okay.
You just drop on the floor.
Seismic, are you wanting to just unleash your powers, or do you want to roll for burn and use one of your burn moves as a Nova?
So I would like to. I actually was wondering about this. I want to overcharge.
Perfect. So first, you're going to roll plus how many conditions you have. So how many conditions do you have right now? So roll +1.
Okay. Okay. That's 10.
Okay. That's a 10. So you have 3 burn, and you don't gain any more conditions. So overcharge. You channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. Spend 2 burn to take up 10+ when you unleash your powers. Well, that'll do it. So let's look at what happens when you get 10 plus on unleashing your powers. Just tell me how this works. Tell me what this looks like.
All right, so he places his hands on this thing, and all of a sudden, his hands start shaking, and then they start shaking more and more, and then the robot starts shaking, but not like if somebody's grabbing it and shaking it, but it feels like if you put like water in a kettle, how that starts to boil and the whole kettle starts to shake. You feel that energy just bubbling up inside of it, and anything in it that can be pretty much at this point it's just whatever can be fundamentally destroyed with movement is destroyed, because he is just shaking this at such a high frequency that it's he wants to dismantle this thing from its very core.
The screws pop out. The screws, the nuts, the bolts, the connectors pop out. We see the sections where this robot was welded together vibrate so frequently and so with such a force, it becomes hot enough that it begins to separate. The welding is undone as the vibrations heat up this pieces of this robot as it just collapses onto the ground. And because we got a 10 plus, we're not going to worry about the side effects, which is not going to be a forever thing. So don't worry, audience.
Well, what I was going to say is that after it falls, you just see smoke or steam coming off of his hands as he's just standing there staring at it, just fury in his eyes. And on the, like, when it falls to the ground on the back, you see two holes roughly the shape of his hands that were burned into it.
As basically what is now basically just a pile of slag is on the ground. Defeated. Congrats. What do you all do?
Would that clear up anger?
No, you didn't hurt anything. You beat a bad guy.
Okay.
Angry is about a little less productive anger.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Clearing condition is not good. It's you do something you don't want to do, but you do.
Okay. Still learning. It's all right.
Yeah, no worries.
Like me scooping up poor little baby Umbra. I mean, like, I'm so sorry. And, like, clutching against the mouse pad body, and then I look over at Legionnaire. I was like, I should have came right away. I was so late. I'm sorry.
The moment that Umbra phases back in, you're just like breathing and suddenly you're lifted in the air. Gigaflop, when you look, like, because Umbra faded in and out 3 times, hey Robbie, how do we want to do this?
Just feel whatever you're vibing with.
All right. So the person you're holding, their hair is now like curly and brown. They're male, and the eyes have changed colors. So, like, same general physique, but 3 very distinct, huge changes have happened. So even though the gender is switched and the hair is different, the eye color is different, it's the same shape of the face and the same clothes. And they just look at you and go, it's okay. I just knew how to get here faster. You okay, Leia?
I think I'm like just covered in like dirt and yeah.
Or it's buried. That was a comfort and support
Yes,
for
yes.
Umbra.
Mhm.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll your mundane here.
The pitch will be in this moment before we lose the thread. I just want to get the roll out of the way. The pitch is going to be that when you phase back in and you're this different shape, different stuff and all that, he just kind of looks at you and he says, I couldn't risk it until I knew that you might be hurt. I just don't want people to think that it's my fault. if something bad happens. So he's going to use Wish I Could Be. When you comfort or support someone, if you tell them what you most envy about them, spring into action with no regard for what people think. I can roll plus freak instead of plus mundane.
Please do.
10.
All right. So with a 10 on a comfort someone, they, I believe, instead of choose thing, it is
So I
on
will.
hit. They hear you, so they mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. And then on to 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
I'll get rid of my guilt.
Great. So, Umbro, how do you respond to being picked up and held? I guess we did hear it, so, but please, we'll continue this.
I mean, with that line though, Umbra just looks in Sam's eyes, and you see his eyes, like he's starting to tear up, and he throws his arms around you in like this huge hug, like a I care so deeply about you, you don't even know kind of hug, and just whispers in like the little like speaker receiver, whatever it is that replaces your ears, and just says, I wouldn't be here if you hadn't gotten here in time. Neither of us would. Thank you.
The eyes that look like soup bowls flip over, and then the beep, 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 like LEDs do the little tears down his helmet, I guess.
So
As,
go ahead.
as you were saying, Dare.
Either get a pool, add a team to the pool, or clear a condition. And sorry, Dare, go ahead.
I want to clear. Yeah, I want to clear.
You're good.
So this is a beautiful moment, but
Yeah.
would Ethan have known about the after effects of Umbra's abilities?
Yeah, you would have seen them the first day of school in the big fight where you destroyed a lot of property.
I will say though, they only faded out once or twice. This was already like 3 or 4 fade outs. So
yeah, this is probably the most dramatic change for sure.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm asking is because Ethan is in like an overly protective state at this moment and still kind of full of adrenaline from everything that happened. So if he didn't, then there'd be, a little bit of an aggressive move towards. But if he does, he'll just sit back and just start like he'll just kind of stand back from everyone and just try and catch his breath.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I just look at Umbra. Sorry. And she just looks down. She's just like kind of quiet. It's like, should we get back to the bunker? Like, what should we do?
I can get back there pretty easily and just blend in, but at the same time, I have a feeling people are gonna notice this. And like points to the face that like does have bruises on it in all the places that they were hit. And then while looking over at you, also just says, you have nothing to apologize for. It was more than either of us expected. Thanks for coming to help. My phone's dead, so I didn't know how to get in touch.
Yeah, okay, maybe, I don't even know, like, maybe I should just, like, we show up coming out of here looking beaten and bruised up a bit, like we didn't get out in time. Maybe they'll believe that.
I mean, if we were... Oh, no, Mr. Green. He's absolutely going to talk about it. Oh, wait. Okay, Mr. Green wants to be that cool teacher that is friends with everyone, right?
Yeah.
So, what if we come back to the class? Wait, everyone's in the bunker. Crap. What was your excuse, Sam?
Oh, me? I don't have to hide anything. I just came over here. Yeah, I can charge your phone if you want. He holds out this gigantic white hand.
If
it's broken, I can fix it too. I'm good like that.
For now, not the priority.
Sure would be hard to come up with an excuse not to let me.
I mean, again, really not the priority right now.
Well, it's just a couple seconds. While you're coming up with your excuse.
You two, getting away from the bunker? Did you just say, like, you were gonna go, like, have a No, that wouldn't make much sense for you. What did you say?
Your easiest bet is just to say that you got trapped in here. I'll take the blame if you want to say that I had to fight the thing. It works. Don't overcomplicate it. Ethan actually passed out, and that's why I dragged him over here to try and find help.
And after we were walking on the track, we went to the bathroom and got stuck in there. So, would you like to join me? We can just mess up some stuff in the bathroom and make it look like the door was barred.
Oh, I can do that.
I can charge your phone while you're doing that. Just go ahead and put that bad boy right here in the old palm.
I think that's a provoke someone at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I was gonna say provoke
flop.
someone, or if you want to pierce the mask to like figure out why I'm holding back my phone.
I'm not very superior, so you'll be okay. I got +0. So yeah, I know.
All right. So go ahead and mark potential. But yeah, no mechanical. Just go ahead and. Do you even acknowledge that request?
I think at this point, as soon as Legionnaire says, "Oh yeah, I can mess that up," like Umbra hears Sam saying this and loves Sam and wants to acknowledge it, but is like, this is not the time, and acts like they didn't hear it and just immediately goes, "All right, let's go," to Leia and heads towards the bathroom, just trying to pretend that they did not hear that.
So the flip-flop from a touching, almost crying moment to being ignored makes me mark insecure. I just turn and look at Ethan. And I go, one step forward, 2 steps back, man. I told you I didn't belong here. Can't even be a phone charger. Anyway, let's get you back to the bunker.
And with that, as the half the group goes to go destroy some school property, and the other half goes to lie to the entire student populace. The comic book, the next page, we have an establishing word box saying, actually, no, what we get is the digital map of this city that Gigaflop can see with a marked pinned location. And we zoom in on that pin and we can see a dark room, but like giant servers, like it's a server room with all these massive, I don't know, they could be mining Bitcoin, but they're probably not. These just massive machines and computers. And we can see at the very end of the room a massive wall of like CCTV cameras. And we see one looking with Umbra looking into it saying, that line, and then the feed cutting. And we don't see the person sitting in the chair looking at this camera, but we get a speech bubble saying, well, they plucky. And the chair turns, and we get the silhouette of the shadowed figure, but nothing more. And kind of turns, and there's kind of like some ambient light kind of giving them that more menacing glow. And they just say, at least I have my next subject. And the last panel of the comic is Fantasia in a prison, a little like test tube trapped in it. And that's going to be the end of this episode of the UnRemarkables. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. I hope you had a great time, as much fun as I did. This was an absolute blast. So we are going to go back around. Everyone is going to tell you where you can find more of them, because I'm sure you want to see these folks even more than you just have tonight. So we're gonna go backwards. So JB, drop the die. Tell us all about it yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm JB, better known as Drop the Die. You can find me primarily on Twitter. I am a tabletop writer, editor, layout artist, and producer. You can find most of my work for D&D 5e. Also, Mecha Hack. You can find some stuff that's recently been published with Cobalt Press. I've worked with several other things, and I've got more projects coming down the pipe pretty soon. So especially if you want just some slice of life, down home, easygoing stuff, Twitter's where to find me. And I have been your, oh God, what am I? The transformed. I have been your transformed, armored, nuclear gigaflop.
And if they wanted to see you maybe playing D&D, is there something they could catch you on? Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Forget that. I was trying to assist into a ball that wasn't there. Moving forward.
I was like, not yet, but soon.
Big P's, please.
Hello, everyone. I have been your bipolar ass other half of the dynamic duo. You can catch me here Mondays for the Time Bees Power Hour. We just pretty much talk shit about the world and all the crazy stories that happen in it. And some new fun skit things are coming up soon, which are going to be great. I am also here fantastically every Saturday now. This is so good. You can catch me on my channel Monday during the week, except Wednesdays, from 12 to 2 on my channel, doing random RPGs, and hopefully randomly at night doing horror games. I might start doing some horror games during the day too, just because it's, October, spooky month. I might play Fear, because I don't have any other scary game to play. No, that's
no, there exists.
Yeah, I got Resident Evil to play it, so I guess I can play that and get terrified. But other than that, I got a bunch of stuff coming out. It's still in the works right now, and they just finished releasing The Price of Coal on the One Shot Network, so check that out. It's good. That's it.
Thank you so much. Dare, please shout yourself out.
Hi, I'm Dare. If you happen to like what I do here, and you want to see me win for once, check me out on Twitter or TikTok at NBDare. That is ENBYDARE. I just make a lot of I'm just here to be pretty and cause problems. In terms of stuff I do in the tabletop space, I am a writer, editor, sensitivity reader, musician, player, GM. I do a lot. I'm very tired. If you happen to see what physical dice would be good for me, I'd recommend checking out my friends at Die Hard Dice and use the promo code NBDare. Well, actually, it's just Dare now, just changed.
I was fixing to say they just changed them. Is that
yeah.
the right one?
Yep. The promo code just is it's DARE, DARE. That's it. I also recommend checking out my friends at grindingcoffee.co. Very lovely black-owned queer coffee business. Use the promo code FOREST for 10% off there. In terms of games and stuff I write, I'd say check me out on itch, nbdare.itch.io/sunset for my game When the Sun Dies. It's a wonderful game about the end of the world. And in terms of places I will be, most of them I can't talk about. I have very many down the pipeline, but I will be on Transplanar RPG every Tuesday for the next few weeks as part of the Hounds of Mercy one-shot. I believe that's everything. It is this week, at least.
Amazing. And hey, Dare, you do both so well. Both those things you're here to do. And last but certainly not least, Ruby Hart.
Yes, hi. Again, my name's Narissa. I was playing your Harbinger Umbra. I am having so much fun with this cast. Y'all are amazing. I can't wait to dive into this campaign. Outside of here, when I'm playing TTRPGs with these wonderful folks, I am a professional actor, a streamer, and a speedrunner. I actually recently went full-time with my streaming and speedrunning career, and I'm really excited about that. If you want to take a look at some of the videos I've done, I've been featured twice at Games Done Quick, once for Fleet for Towels and once for the 20th anniversary of Eco Celebration, both times running my favorite game, Shadow of the Colossus. And I'm learning a bunch of other speedruns as well. On top of that, I actually tonight am submitting a few more submissions to see if I can get like in one of the big events, so AGDQ, so fingers crossed there. Other than that, I stream regularly games that I've never had the chance to play before or finish. So I'm playing Hades and Mass Effect right now, and having an incredible time. On top of that, I pull in voice actor friends of mine, and we add our own VO to video games that don't have voiceover yet. So one of the games that or a few of the games that we're going to have coming up once I get established in the studio space are Later Alligator and Monster Prom, which I'm extremely excited about. I see Dare's reactions, and I'm so delighted. But yes, if you ever want to check out anything I do, please feel free to come by my channel. It is a whole chaotic, wholesome community. We call ourselves the Crystal Crew, and I am the Empress, and I love it. So if that's the kind of energy you're going for, then please come to my kingdom. Come to my Crystal Court. We're happy to have you.
Amazing. And I have been your GM, Rob B. Rolling. You can find me as such on Twitch and Twitter. Although, to be honest, if you want to see where I am and what I'm doing, join the RF Chaos, Roll for Chaos Discord, because I'm a regular around here, and that's honestly the easiest way to reach me. So as far as me, you can find me here, of course. Delighted to be here every Saturday and every Thursday with Dreams of Silver and Stone, our Aether and Steamworks campaign. If you don't know what Aether and Steamworks is, you are missing out. It's a wonderful system made by one of the founders of the channel, Ty Lot Evenstar, who's about to do a Kickstarter for Aether and Steamworks Expanded, which will build upon the already wonderful system and add so much cool stuff. So if you want to check out an indie-made RPG that has just amazing mechanics and classes, you should definitely look up Aether and Steamworks. As far as what we're doing here on RF Chaos, Monday we have Teen B's Power Hour. Tuesday we have Roll for Charisma, hosted by the wonderful Shannon and Steven, who do a kind of fun talk show, reaction, just whatever they're vibing with, to be quite honest. And it's always entertaining. Wednesday we should take a chill pill, unless I'm forgetting anything. And then Thursdays we got Dreams of Silver and Stone. Fridays, we got Sparrows, our other Aether and Steamworks campaign. And then next Saturday, come right on back here to find out how to resolve all this Fantasia stuff. So that's us. That is it from us. I
So
hope
many
you had
hours of content.
I know. And if you missed any of it, you can go to youtube.com/rollforchaos. Or actually, I believe it's /lot evenstar because of things. But anyway, check us out. Follow us on Twitch or Twitter, all that good stuff if you want to see this more.